We are live. Welcome to the show, everybody. I got a guest tonight, Mr. Conway Twitty's in the house.
Hello, darling.
I promised you a show, and here it
Nice
is.
to see you.
He's saving the bombs. You don't get that right off the bat.
No, work up to that.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. If you could smash that like button. It's gonna be a knee slapper. That's what they tell me. It's gonna be a knee slapper.
That's what she said.
Come on with it. Jerome Jones, number one in the house. Man, he was here early first today because I have a feeling tomorrow is going to be crap. Be very careful if you're in the Minnesota area. I'm in Minnesota. We got some mixed rain precipitation this afternoon, and that I believe that is going to refreeze overnight and cause an absolute black ice catastrophe. So just be aware of that. Gary Bates in the house. What up, Gary Bates? With both feet in the house. What up, miscreants? I'm trying, but I'm not going to give up. Yeah. Sometimes you just know, something's going to be rough, but hang in there, Jerome. We're here with you. We're all here for Jerome Jones today. Chili Dogs in the house. Let's do the live feed in the fuel island tonight. Yeah, that's what I do.
I'll steal your fuel. I see you on that fuel island with a shower bag, and I'm stealing your fuel.
We've got to come up with some sort of process to get these people under control. So yeah. Sorry, got text messages there. Got to respond to. Barry, University of Scallywags. Yes, it is. It is. It's a fine club to be in. Doug Kelly, channel member in the house, says left Lubbock with a light load of tater chips this afternoon. Just chilling in the bunk, waiting for this epic live show to start while my daughter drives. Oh, there you go. We're headed to Portland. Nice. I had TQL call me today, if you can imagine, and they wanted to know if I could take a team load out of Minnesota today. And I said, we ain't under no COVID exemption anymore, dog. I can't be running team loads.
No.
Now, I mean, hey, if I can find a hitchhiker with a CDL, we might could put this plan into motion. But, I called DIY, but he says no more trucking, right?
Oh no, we're going trucking tomorrow.
Oh hell.
We're going to the New York.
What?
Yeah, we're going to the New York.
New York City?
No, Buffalo. We're going to play around in the earthquakes.
Yeah, I figure say if you feel some shaking going on, just know that it ain't your libido kicking in. It's an earthquake. Be sure to get out of any tall structures if you're in them. I would recommend.
Yeah, earthquake in West Seneca, New York today, right there near Buffalo. Also in come to find out, also in Turkey.
I love turkey. It's the most. It's right up there as the most delicious countries in the world.
Yeah.
So I meant to ask you about that weather balloon thing you were experimenting with last week. How did that go?
It went great. Better than I ever could have expected. They just left it alone, which surprised me. National security and whatnot.
Yeah.
Turns out you can just do pretty much whatever you want. 60,000 feet over top of a military base. It's not a problem at all.
Yeah. Yeah, when you told me you were going to be releasing that last week, I was like, I hope it all goes well for him. And then I never heard nothing back out of it. So
I believe your well wishes are what carried me from coast to coast with no issues.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard you caught a jet stream. It went out west first, and then your experimental weather balloon did pretty well. I heard it.
Yes.
How did it end, by the way? Did it end well?
Some jackwagon shot it down. I don't know.
Ah, yeah, this country, right?
At least they gave me the common courtesy to wait until it was, done its job.
Oh, yeah, that's nice of them. Midwest Mike's in the house. Hello, everyone. Shannon Thomas Trucking's in the house from Florida. Oh, what do you know about Florida? Come on.
I hear it's the place to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm thinking about going south. I've been running East Coast and back a lot, but man, every trip I have experienced snow and ice, and it's just like, can I get one trip out and back where it's just a normal no snow
Mm,
cruising along, minding my own
you
business?
you may not.
Oh, okay. Is that what your weather balloon is telling you?
Yes, it was sent out ahead of time to, map out the forecast and um yeah,
Okay.
you're screwed.
Slice of life's in the house. I'm working diligently to get my diabetes so I make full use of Cash's other channel. Yeah, everybody smash on that other channel. Go over there and watch that. I was gonna make a video for it today, but I ended up sleeping like 4 hours because that freaking 3 a.m. Walmart
Yeah.
delivery really cut into my sleep last night.
Yeah, blame Walmart for your diabetic comas.
Uh, hey, I bought a sack of taters at Walmart today.
Thank you. Now maybe they'll order some so it has something to
Yeah,
haul.
yeah. Get this. They're practically giving them away. Uh, I got them. I got them on a cutback. 488. I got those babies for 267 a 5-pounder.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I did not see if they were grown in Wisconsin though. That's one thing I did not check.
Okay.
Taylor says, "Howdy, left the Weatherford, Texas, headed to the Panhandle for another load of milk bound for Yuma, Arizona."
Get it.
I am recovering from a cold, so everyone, I'll try to mute some coughs and cover the mic, but I can't guarantee anything. Right by the house today, didn't even go home because I didn't want to get everybody sick and leave, and start that, shit show.
Yeah.
That's not appreciated when I do that, you know.
Some people can't take a joke.
This trucking life in the house. What up, this trucking life? How's things rolling for you? CJ Hudson hopes everyone's well. Don's in the house. WCF Invader is in the house. Bullet of Woods. Dan's Hot Shot Trucking and Outdoor Adventures made it in. Loyalty Trucking. Cheap Freight Hauler currently 67 in Texas. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. Currently in Minnesota, we are cold. We're 32 right now with what appears to be a light drizzle. You know, uh, if we're talking drizzle, I prefer icing with cookies.
Yeah.
I don't
Apple
want it.
turnover.
Yeah, ooh, come on with it. Stivo made it in. Thank you, Stavros. Sorry, Stavros. 18,000 reefer loads in Florida this week versus 9,000 last week. What would that be, DIY?
That would be twice as many.
Yes. What would you think would cause that since you are the Swami of freight? See here, guys, if you want to know about freight markets, how to book freight, how to bid freight, how to freight in general, DIY is your guy. Somebody drop a link to DIY's channel. So if any of the 64 fine folks we have in here are not aware of DIY, you need to know about DIY. Some have called him the encyclopedia of trucking in the past.
They have they?
I've heard that floated.
Because it's nursery season, and they're starting an early produce season. So
All right, go Florida. So Shannon
yeah.
Thomas, you're saying she dialed it in. She
I don't know. Shannon Thomas got a dry van though, but she'll benefit. Like it'll push dry van rates up a little bit too.
right, yeah. Everybody loves it when the market gets hot because everybody does a little better.
Right now, what I want everybody to do is go to Florida. get the hell out of every other state so I can
Yes.
book some good freight somewhere else.
Yes. Um, I'm in this customer freight lane right now, and I'm not really willing to get out of it. I'll be honest with you.
No, don't.
I'm just not. I'm
I
staying
saw
right in it.
all the outbound tender rejections today from freight waves, and it is. I don't know that I've ever seen it this low. It's lower than 2019 levels.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
that means you ain't doing a whole heck of a lot of negotiating. They can find a truck under any freaking rock that they want to find a truck under.
Yeah.
It's stupid low. I didn't even know. I knew it was low. I didn't know it was this low. It's lower than like we're like early COVID um, rejection rates.
Mm. And yet them truck prices are holding.
And we kind of said that. Well, I kind of said this is happening. They're going to come down, but they're not going to come down as low as they should. We still got parts shortages. We still got the inflation. Interest rates are higher. Which interest rate higher should bring prices down, but it's just not. It's just not happening. Which leads me to believe we got a ways to go.
Yeah. I talked to someone today that had paid $100,000 for a 2018 Freightliner last year. You're talking a truck 500,000 miles now. A year later, 500,000 mile truck, and that's a big payment with a lot of time left on it. That's like 2,800 a month for probably 2 more years. Um,
Yeah,
it's a tough way to go right now.
we're gonna have a tough road to hoe between now and summer.
Yeah,
And summer's not going to be extravagant. It'll pick up some, but it's not. I mean, it's going to be a tough road between now and then. These next few months
agreed.
for everybody.
Frank the Tank, what up, Cash in DIY? Come on. What's going on with you, DIY? You trucking tomorrow?
Yeah.
You're going all the way to New York. Woo wee. What is that, like a 2-day turn for you out of Wisconsin?
From where I'm loading, it's only 760 miles.
Oh, okay. So,
So,
if you worked for USA Truck, that'd be a 4-day run, right?
we'll deliver Wednesday morning and start heading back.
Okay, good deal. I make that joke. I used to work for USA Truck, and sometimes, man, they would give you a 900-mile run, and it would be like a Monday to Friday. You'd be like, "What in the absolute hell is going on here?"
Yeah.
Most of it was drop and hook, though. I mean, you could deliver it way early, but it was just, their planners were like, had no faith in you. Like, that guy's going to stop at every Flying J buffet he comes across.
As he should.
And they weren't wrong. I didn't let them down. Oh, but yeah, that's what we used to do. CJ Hudson, I need a few good laughs tonight myself. Hey, come on in. We're talking to Mr. DIY Semi, aka the weather balloon guy. He likes to float them. Helium shortages, not for this guy.
We gas them up ourselves.
Uh-huh. I've heard about that. With both feet says, hey, WCF, I went and sent Snorlord a contract to Kenworth dealer for you. She might have some new T680s coming in. There you go. There you go. Crickets. Oh, yeah, that's usually what my jokes sound like. George Wilson in the house. What up, George? Thanks for stopping in. Reporting for dispatch at the dispatch window. Oh, he needs some of them. He needs some of them line haul loads. He's waiting on something to come through. I've been there. I've done that. I used to do line haul for major LTL freight. Oh, when freight's slow, you sit there at that window just praying something comes in.
Yeah.
So they don't send you home. Justin Axford in the house, channel member. What up, guys? Not much. Talking about DIY's weather balloon experience. The real question of the night is, does Cash have pants on? I put up a poll here in a minute for that one. It came on. Taylor says, just tell TQL, you're a strong solo. That's for sure. That's for sure. I didn't even question load. I gave him a phone number of a guy that could probably help him. But I'm already on a load, and it's like I get it. Maybe I could have done better with that team load running out. But then, what am I going to do getting back after I run that team load?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're better off to stay in that lane.
Yeah. Everybody stay in your lane. I'm convinced there is nowhere I can send a truck to get a good backhaul.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Everywhere is garbage.
Pioneer Spirit says burp. Yes. Thank you for noticing. Came out. Big Rigger 61 says, howdy y'all. Cruising across 30 in Indiana, headed to Columbus, a friggin' Ohio. Oh, freaking Ohio. Yeah, that's not a bad run. This lane I do out east and back, I wish I could drop down and run 30. I'm paying about $450 a week to $500 in tolls every week. And it's bumming me out, to be honest about it. I mean, when I do that weekly recap and I say that toll number, man, I'm just like, damn, son, I wish I could drop down and run 30. They've got this lane on the outbound scheduled so damn tight now that I basically have to take the Indiana toll road. Like I can't even afford the half hour to hour to run 20. Like, it's brutal. It's brutal. WCF Vader says, by the way, DIY, thank you for the email you sent last week. I really appreciate your time doing that for me. There you go.
No
I'm
problem.
telling you, you need some DIY in your life if you ain't got some DIY in your life. Speaking of toll roads, like when you run out to Seneca, or wherever the hell you're going, I think you said somewhere like that, wasn't it? Buffalo? No, the earthquake was in Seneca. Where the hell are you going?
Just a little past Buffalo.
Oh, okay. So when you head out that way, what do you take? What's the route out there? 80 to 90? I ain't been out to that area in a year or two.
Yeah. I'll stay away from, as long as I stay away from the Illinois tolls, I'm happy. Indiana
Okay.
sucks. Ohio's gonna, we're getting off around Cleveland there, so that isn't too bad.
Yeah.
And then New York Thruway really isn't that bad, and I'm not on it for, all that far. But
Yeah.
the Illinois tolls are mostly the ones that piss me off the worst.
$13 to run 4
It's
miles of 294.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah. I've been really trying to, cut them out, get out of doing, Indiana. Obviously, is my big one. I try to dodge. I run that thing the other day. I can't believe that road is that rough. Like
They ought to be prosecuted for it. The amount of money that they collect and the condition that their roads are in.
Yeah.
The whole, not just the tollway, the whole freaking
Yeah.
state of Indiana.
Oh yeah. Like when
Should be
I'm on the
criminal.
phone, people know I'm in Indiana by the way everything's bouncing and rattling. It's like it's that bad. Like people just know. Like, are you in Indiana? Yes, I am. How'd you know? Yeah, because it
Because I
sounds
can
like
hear I can hear your brain slapping against your skull through the microphone. That's how I know.
uh-huh. That's basically it. Um, but yeah, I've been going around that a lot. But sometimes you got to run it. I did see Ohio is getting very close to having their rolling tolls ready. That those things they're building over those big green tunnels they're building over the
Open road
freeway.
tolling.
Yeah, those are highway speed tolls coming at you here in Ohio very soon, which is going to be nice. Indiana has plans to do that in the year 3037, so we're just a mere 20 something years away. Indiana's are the worst too, the little narrow ones, and that damn arm it goes up for the car in front of you, and you go real slow, waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for it. It never comes down, so you gun it, and then that son of a bitch goes down and gets you every time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wonder how much money they spend over at the hardware store buying those pieces of gutter to put on
Yeah,
those.
they just use rain gutter now.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, Indiana, get your shit together. David, howdy, y'all. What up, David? Killian's the Mackinac kids in the house. Come on with it, hauling these damn chickens to Detroit. That's what you do, dog. That's what you told me about. Got to get them chickens up that road. CJ Hudson says thumbnail should have been Cash Face over Joe Dirt in the balloon scene. Oh man, that's a good one. I did actually make a thumbnail where it was the balloon up in the air and then me pointing at it and DIY looking all confused. And I was like, it looked pretty good, but I was like, people ain't gonna get what the hell that is. Yeah, that's about what it was. It was me going, or you going, and it was gonna be like, is that your balloon or is that a balloon for a party or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I was playing around with it and I said, we'll stick with the '70s show. Because that's back in the thing now. I guess they remade that or something.
There's a 99 left balloons reference in there somewhere.
I did think of that one too. I had two kids holding one balloon, and it was like, don't let that go. You might get in trouble or something like. And then you were like, nah. Trust me, I spent about 30 minutes thinking of thumbnails and just gave up. Went to bed. But yeah, I should have went Luff balloons in there. Pioneer Spirit saying hello to Shannon. Everybody say hi to everybody.
Somebody needs a timeout.
What's that?
Said somebody in the chat needs a timeout.
Oh, who is that?
I don't know, some goofball. I got it.
Oh,
okay. If I can get my freaking thing open here.
Yeah. Give them the once over. LTL Money, what up, LTL Money? Currently short sleeve weather in lovely Florida, Barry says. Dang, everybody did go to Florida.
With both feet, got them.
Oh, okay.
I hear Florida's a place to be freight wise. I hear you can lock in a good $3.5 a mile year round down there. What do you know about that?
Well, I heard this is inside information. I've heard there's 18,000 loads available in Florida versus 9,000 last week.
Damn it. Damn it.
Loyalty Trucking says, quick question. 2016 Coronado Glider, $125,000, and a 2021 utility reefer, $105,000. Is that a good price?
No. No.
Whoa, that is
not a good price. You're talking about a 6-year-old truck for $125,000.
Yeah.
That thing was probably 140 brand new.
Yeah.
And a 21 utility reefer, $105,000. No, please don't buy that. If you're selling it and you get that price, good on. Congratulations. But no, please don't pay that.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
If you get that kind of money selling it, I'm going to say party like Charlie Sheen for a couple of days because it probably won't ever happen again. I'm going to say that glider is probably $30,000 just in glider, just because it says glider. To me, that's not worth it. I love a glider. But let's face it, like when it takes you, 5 or 6 years to get your money back just because it's got glider beside the name, hard no for me.
A 6-year-old Coronado should really be about what, $40,000?
In reality, even in these stupid prices right now, if that was not a glider kit, you think that truck would be over 80,000?
Yeah, and if you're buying it for the ELD exemption, that's probably a short-lived thing.
Yeah.
Honestly. We're probably going to get pinched on that here shortly.
Yeah.
And we can get you a much better deal on a reefer than that.
Yes. 2021 utility reefer. What do you think DIY? That's
I mean,
probably
I wouldn't pay more than like 70, and I
yeah,
wouldn't even buy one for that much.
yeah. I was thinking the markets on that might be just on your standard utility. I mean, this thing, for 105, it better have, full tank of fuel at least.
Yeah.
You go to look at that some bitch and it's got 3/4 of a tank. You say,
Uh-uh. No. Top it off. Top it
yeah,
off, fella.
uh-huh. So what do you think I'm doing over here?
Hmm.
Um, 53 step in the house, 62 and sunny in Richmond today. Dang, but shit rates. Yeah, I'm
Get
assuming
used to it.
Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, no doubt. Trucking for funds in the house. Hello, everyone. Joe Hunt, LOL, sitting in Enos getting unloaded with the AC on. What in the heck is going on out there? Is Minnesota the one place that's still freezing cold today?
It's 32 here.
Yeah, that's about where we at here. Ballparking it. Uh, yeah, trying to do a little work on the outside of the truck today, and yeah, fingers got cold. Had to come in and warm it up. We're getting down to 21 tonight here, so yeah, we're not playing around. We're in Minnesota. 30 in Southern Ontario. There you go. There's a guy that knows about it. Chief Red Holler, Valentine's Day flowers coming out of Florida. Oh, that's a good insight. I didn't think of that. The last flower load I did was one pick floor load. She was floor loaded. One pick, like 5 drops in the Chicago metro area, like delivering to the flower stores.
Hmm.
Whew, man, like every all stops in one night. It was crazy. I said, not me, never again. Just wasn't for me. With both feet says the big toe of trucking, come on with it, DIY Simmy.
Yeah, but it's got like a ram's horn toenail and crusty fungus on it.
It's one of those that ain't never seen a sock or a shoe. It's been flip flopped its whole life.
Yeah, yeah. Been run
But
over
that
by a forklift. Got some freaking tsetse flies flying, fruit flies flying around, maggots crawling out of it.
oh, you spray tenactin on it and it just blows it off. Like, get that shit out of here.
That's right.
I seen a boy the other day on a YouTube short pouring molten metal in a pair of pajama pants and flip flops, and I was like, "Bravo, sir! Bravo! Pouring cast aluminum in flip
Maybe there
flops."
is a use for OSHA after all. It
Oh
definitely
man,
was not in this country, but maybe other
no,
countries should look into that.
no, he needs someone to protect him from himself.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty rough. Of course, I'm gonna be honest with you. That toe looked like it could take it. I'm just saying, like he could scrape the slag off with them.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, that big toenail was large and in charge. Let me tell you.
Hmm.
Oh man. Midwest Mike says 30 degrees in Upper Michigan tonight. All right, I'm glad somebody's suffering with me. Midwest Mike in the house. Fate Trucking, there it is. There's a link to DIY Shimmy. DIY Shimmy. Cheap Freight Hauler says this warm weather has my nursery contract starting this weekend. Normally starts close to March, so getting a couple weeks early on that. What do you think about that, DIY? Are you seeing anything else starting early?
No, not really. Not really.
Oh, okay.
Went pretty slow.
With both feet says I bid a run for my customer and they said I need to polish it up. Was way high. Swing and a miss. Hope I can salvage it. What do you think about that, DIY? Any bid work?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You're not gonna hit it every time. You're gonna miss on some, but um, just do the best you can. Sit down and talk to them. Say, hey, where are you wanting me to be?
Yeah, that's a good point. Work
And
from
then
their point of view.
explain to them why they're wrong and you're right.
Hmm.
No,
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough right now. Bids got to be on point. I mean, you're in competition now. Past few years we weren't in competition with anybody. They just not enough trucks. But I tell you what, there's trucks everywhere for now. They can be had for next to nothing.
yeah, and that's the ability to haul freight, not to purchase the truck. Just to be
Yeah,
clear,
yeah,
uh, it's kind of a weird scenario we're in. You can't buy a truck for under 100 grand hardly these days, and you can't find freight for $2 a mile to haul with it.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
eventually, if that goes on long enough, it works in your favor because the high price of trucks should deter a whole bunch of people from getting into this. Although it won't, because there's just some people you can't tell anything. Um, it should theoretically deter a whole bunch of people from getting in, and then through attrition, people, trucks blow up, get old, come off the road, don't want to spend that much money for a new one. Um, it should help weed things out a little bit, but I doubt it. 'Cause there's a whole new crop of people that don't get it, I guess.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
And people that get so many subsidies and assistances on that type of thing that it doesn't matter to them what they pay.
Yeah, yeah. You always gotta remember that. Like the government is helping your competition a lot of times. Um, you know, these big carriers, they really do. George Will says, "Do you guys think local excavating is?" I do.
I believe it is.
Yeah, I'm all. Yeah, I believe it is. High beams in the house. What up, guys? Um, WCF Vendor, don't get me started about USA Truck. Booked a load with them for 1,600. They got 2 emails, 1,400, then 1,200. After agreeing to 1,600, the best they could do is 1,400. Needless to say, I walked. Sometimes you got to do that. Yeah. Sometimes they play in them games too.
Yeah.
Ryan says crash on I-20 going east in Bovina. Uh, miss exit old Highway 80 to get around. Okay. Appreciate that. I am the new CB. You just put this live show on. We'll get you around it.
I ain't got no panties on.
We already knew that, DIY. Every time I hear that on a CB, I pick up the mic and go, "Quit it, DIY." Uh, I'm trying to find any contract nursery lanes, but it's kind of getting hard. They all ask for 5 to 10 trucks. Looks like cheese from Wisconsin is my destiny.
No, what you need to do is just go buy yourself 4 more trucks.
Exactly. They're cheap right now.
Yeah,
Uh, have you thought about stealing some trucks? Um,
every
just a
day.
thought. I mean, I like to keep things open. Oh, George says, "Do you think local excavating is the way for a new driver to get their feet wet?"
Can't hurt.
Um, yeah, could.
You're gonna learn how to do some things.
That's right. River 77. Hello, everybody, hanging out in Lamar, PA. Lamar. Come on with it. Adam says, "What's your guys' opinion on a Volvo 860? Thinking about trading in the Kenworth T660?"
You hate hauling freight, don't you?
I
Heavy.
love the Volvo 860.
Is that Globetrotter?
I think you can. I think that is a package you can get on the 860. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But yes, the 860 is the new big one. It's the what was that, 780 replacement.
Hmm.
I love those trucks. I wish I had 5 of them. I'd go get a nursery contract.
By nursery contract, you don't mean like plants, you mean babies?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. If you're pulling a reefer, that's a heavy truck to pull a reefer with. You're
Yes,
gonna limit yourself a little bit. Dry van a little different, but it's still heavy.
for sure.
Apparently, it's time for a beef jerky break.
Oh, okay. Let's start this truck for a minute. What the hell's up with my light? Come on. There we go. Let there be light. Sorry about that, guys. I got to build some air pressure. Truck's been off since about 11 o'clock today. So yeah, the 860, it's a heavy truck. To me, it's a rough truck to pull a reefer trailer with, to be honest. Like, it just is because of the weight. You're going to be in that, like, what do you think, DIY? Like 42,000 pound, kind of going to be your ceiling, maybe 42 and a half, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if that might be your max, especially if you got a little heavier trailer like a spread or a Great Dane or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
overall, I love the truck. I mean, how can you go wrong? It's a big Volvo.
Yeah, man.
Okay, man. Big Rig CEO in the house. DIY, any chance you can email the RFP for power only?
Yeah, email me. I'll email it back to you. Uh, get my info from Snorlord. He'll give it to you,
Okay.
and then I'll get it to you. I think the deadline might have been passed, but it's okay. You could still send it. They take them past the deadline because it's usually it comes down to a second round of bidding anyway. So just go ahead and get that in there.
Okay. Jonathan says, do you prefer to stay up north trucking? I prefer to stay where my money is, honestly. That's kind of how I do it. What about you, DIY?
Yeah, I prefer to stay with the lanes I'm familiar with. It served me very well to this point,
Yeah,
and it's it's key to building something long term for the future.
true. True that.
I
Yeah,
think I think we've said it before. I think it needs to be said a lot. People need to hear it a lot. Right now might be a really good time for people to give up their authority and go lease onto a carrier. If you're 100% sold on staying in the spot market, you might not like what the next 6 months has to offer. You might
yeah,
really consider finding a good carrier to lease onto. Now don't go mega. There's plenty of mid-sized to smaller carriers to lease onto, but hey, it might be a good time for you, a mid to big carrier because of the freight they got.
yeah,
Because you're not gonna like what the spot market's becoming. You probably don't already, and you're holding on to the hope for what used to be. That ain't that ain't coming back,
mm,
barring any severe unseen circumstance.
yeah, yeah. Unless DIY keeps floating them weather balloons.
That's right.
Uh,
And you know what?
it,
If there's people telling you otherwise, listen to the people who were telling you this 2 years ago that this was going to happen.
yeah,
Start listening what they have to say because they know the markets. If they saw this coming, they know the market.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, yeah. There's cycles to it. I've been doing those weekly recaps for over 3 years now, and you can kind of go back and look at them and see, you know, how we cycle. And there's something to that. If you just kind of keep up with the freight market, as time goes, you even the new guys, you'll pick up on those things, like, because, like, you know I wasn't born knowing, how trucking cycles like that. Like, it's just being in it for such a long time,
Yeah, it's
paying
like with
attention to
anything.
what's going on and not listening to the people that tell you, it's $5 bangers everywhere, and you know you're better off to go to a big mega carrier right now because they'll get, a couple $1,000s off of you, because you put in their recruitment number. You know, be very wary of those guys right now, because you got to believe they cut your throat for a couple $1,000s right now. They watch you
Oh.
bleed out. Like,
Oh yeah.
they're at a mega carrier for a reason. It's to get them recruitment dollars. It ain't to help you. Like, they can't make it in trucking. Hey, let's do some Cash is King real talk here. They can't make it in trucking, real truck, like being an owner operator. They can't make it. So what do? Hey, mega carrier recruitment bonuses. I see so much of it on YouTube right now. Like, oh, I thought you were a genius 2 years ago. What happened?
Yeah.
Something happened.
And then that place was the best last week. Now next week somewhere
Uh-huh.
else is the best, and I'm working there, and it's just over and over and over again. But I think the
Yeah.
gig is. I think people are getting wise to that.
I hope so. I just, the new guys is the ones I worry about, because like these guys get on YouTube and speak with, such authority, and it's like, just remember, when they get that $2,000 in their pocket, you are dead to them.
Yeah.
Dead to them.
Just remember, the only real authority in trucking is Cash is King in DIY semi. Other than
That's
that,
right.
it's the only authority. And hey, it don't take $2,000 to make you dead to us. I mean, $1,000 will get it done. I'm just saying.
One smart ass comment, and I'll write you off for life. You catch me on the wrong day.
Prefer if there's a super chat attached to it. But.
Yeah, well, hey, I love you all over again if there's a super chat attached to it. Oh man, where's Fate Trucking at on a day like today, I wonder?
I'll tell you right now. I look him up on the Eld. Ooh, I see you. Freight Trucking. I see you in that. Ooh, he's in the back row of the truck stop. You calling him up?
Yeah.
You're live on YouTube.
Oh, what up?
You wanna stop by?
Where?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, I sent you a link. Where you at?
All right, yeah, give me a minute.
Soliciting in the back row, I bet, ain't we?
I'll be right in.
Yeah.
All right.
Later.
Everybody in the chat. The joke is, we can't hear you when Fate Trucking comes in and he starts. We can't hear you. No audio. Okay. If it's only coming from us, he's gonna get the joke. But if it's coming from you guys, he's not gonna know we put you up to it.
Oh me. So we're gonna jump ahead a little bit here, because bringing in another person is gonna slow us down a little bit. Let's talk about Joe Little with that $9.99 super sticker in the house. Come on, that's what we're talking about.
Now, slow us down. Do you mean slam on the brakes?
Oh man.
Put us into a skid.
It's like reaching over and snatching that trailer valve at about 75 miles an hour. It's like flat spotting 8 trailer tires at one time is what it is. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see. Let me get to maybe I'm not that far. Maybe I was that far behind.
You weren't that far.
Oh, okay. We'll run through some while we wait here. Then I did forget my place though. We're just going to start here. CJ, has a Netflix dropped a miniseries that's 90s show, which is the kids from that 70s show. That's what I seen. I seen something like that. Seen something like that. What do you guys? If you guys watch that, is it any good, CJ? Ryan says, if you stay south, you have open interstates, no ice, no snow. You also have a lot of competition. A lot of competition. Because I know a lot of guys that just they won't come like past I-80 in the winter. If I'm a company,
good job. Stay south.
Yeah.
Stay south of 40, if you would, please. And west of I-35.
West of 35. Ooh, that's Rocky Mountain. So you're basically saying run like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. Okay.
California. Yeah.
Fair enough. What about coming up into Nevada? Am I allowed to come up into Nevada?
Yes,
Okay.
if you get his wife's permission. There you go.
No, damn it. Coach Red Vet says nothing better than catching a live show there. I run I-10 East Coast to West Coast. I'm going to tell you, dog, if you got that set up, that's a sweet little setup right there.
You're damn right it is.
I love running I-10, you know what I mean? Like, whoo, I just good trucking. It just is. Loyalty with a big 10-4 on no panties on DIY, come on. Chief Red Holler says, I love them Coronados with the rounded headlights, but I'm not paying that kind of price. Yeah. Yeah, for 125 grand, it needs to be a 2023 glider kit.
Yeah. Did you see Caterpillar cast some new engine blocks? So if you have an older, like a 3406 or maybe even an early C15, possibly, I don't know if the C15 was included, but if you blew an engine, you needed a reman block. They just cast some brand new virgin blocks available for purchase. So get your order in.
Nice. You said you had me at virgin, dog.
Yeah, you have to turn in a core. They will not give you one without a core.
Damn it, boy. Why the hell? Like, what are they doing that for?
Oh, fur and whatnot.
I can't go build me one?
No.
Oh. I was thinking about building an engine like that and putting it in an international LT.
Oh. Shots fired. And they won't let you go backwards in the emissions years, obviously. That's illegal.
Right. Yeah. And there he is. And there he is. Fate Trucking, what's going on in your world these days?
Just chilling. I'm at a truck stop.
Okay.
I had some work done on the new truck.
Oh, do tell.
Well, that gives away my video then. I already broke down. I already broke down in the new truck.
Like emotionally, or?
Oh yeah, there was an emotional breakdown for sure.
I know. I got to hear some of it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, there are no crying and trucking.
95 people in the house. Tell them about it. Get them interested.
Well,
this is Fate Trucking, by the way, everybody. If you don't know, somebody put a link in there so people can go find Fate Trucking.
So I bought a newer truck for me. It's not brand new. It's a 2019, like 13 days ago or something like that. Maybe 17 days ago. And the other day when I was driving down the road.
Wait a minute. Well, all the people in our chat are saying they can't hear you. Are you muted? Do you have him muted, Cash? Because I can hear him, you can hear him, but the chat can't hear him.
What?
No, they should be able to hear him.
Like 10 different people are saying it.
Are you messing with me?
Read the comments. No, look at the comments.
No audio. Fate is muted. What's Fate saying? Fate, turn your mic on. Turn your mic on. You got your mic on?
I don't believe you two right now.
Did we say we could? We can hear you.
You can hear me?
Later.
Yeah, we can hear. Like I can hear you. Cash can hear you. The chat is saying they can't. Oh, now Adam Bennett says he can hear you, but he doesn't want to. Hot Rod Dave says he can hear you. Okay, so maybe it's working now. Go ahead.
You can hear me now?
Apparently.
Adam Bennett hates me. I get he doesn't want to hear it.
Hey, Adam Bennett's a good people. You leave Adam Bennett alone. He's good folk.
I did not say anything negative about Adam Bennett. He cries anytime I make a comment to him, but he can talk crap all night long. As long as he drops those $100 bills.
There's Fate's channel. So okay, now that they can hear you, tell them about you bought a new truck.
$100 to kick them off.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Screw it.
Tell us about it quick before I have to kick you off.
I had a turbo actuator go out, but I thought it was a turbo also. I was quoted like $16,000. I ended up only having to pay $2,700. And that was because I didn't get my core charge for the actuator back because it's connected by 4 bolts, and one of the bolts was seized on, and they had to cut it off, which then you lose your core charge. So.
And that's on the A26 engine?
No, that's on the Cummins.
Oh.
Yeah.
How many foot-pounds of torque is that thing making?
Yeah. I don't believe it's a Cummins because you haven't told me the torque yet. That's why I was asking what engine it is.
How fast can you get up Mount Eagle?
So it's got 1,750 pounds of torque, 400 horsepower. It's an X15. It's a small. I mean, I bought it because of fuel economy. I've been getting great fuel economy. I've had some issues already with the truck that I'm afraid I thought I maybe bought a lemon, you know?
Okay.
And then I found out some other stuff about the truck today too that was not well, he told me the truck came from a different company than what it came from. And when they ran the VIN number, that company was in like the Navistar program, so they can remotely do check engine codes and stuff like that. And it said the company name that owned the truck before I did. So
what company was that?
Night Transportation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They are dumping red trucks everywhere right now.
Yeah, they are.
Justin Max for $5. Thank you. DIY should have leased that classic out to fate. Ooh, what do you think about that, DIY?
There was conversations about that. And Adam Bennett, if you drop another $100, he'll kick me out. I'm just saying, go ahead. Go get your car loan and your car title loan, and he'll kick me out.
Oh, jeez.
So,
you know, if you were nicer to him, he might give you a super chat sometime.
Oh,
He's
he ain't
great
gonna listen
person.
to me. If Adam Bennett ever showed up in my channel, he wouldn't have to give me a super chat. I would be floored if he ever showed up on my channel and didn't say something negative. If he showed up and just said like, hi, that would make my night. But he ain't gonna do that.
He's a lovely person.
I get it.
He's a first-class individual.
Yeah.
I have not spoke negatively about him.
Oh, okay. Since when do they paint lemons red? I thought lemons were yellow.
Oh, here we go.
I'm asking for Paul Harris.
Oh, man.
Here we go.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you what, man. It's I mean, I've spoke to you a couple of times, and you couldn't even talk to me the other day. I was a complete little, whiny person, but I was pissed. I spent a lot of money on this truck, and I've saved a lot of money, and to just kind of watch it like go away, like that's not something I'm cool with, So actually, how everything ended up was completely fine. I mean, I think it was $2,750.
I say when in doubt, park it and go ice fishing.
Yeah.
I can't afford to go ice fishing anymore.
Have you thought about like some sort of like hook that truck to the back of your Mac and then hook a trailer to that truck and pull it away? Because, I've heard those Macs are very reliable.
It is. And here's the thing. I've thought about selling it. I've thought this experience has me really, I mean, obviously I work for a carrier that, does have multiple trucks that I'm sure I could rent out again. But having that Mac is kind of a good backup. Had they not had the part and the truck had to sit, I could have flown home and still made money. Because that's the thing. I took so much time off that, I haven't really got a good paycheck in a while.
What? You just got it. Well, that's this Friday.
Yeah. That's next week.
Well, T's and P's. That's all I can say. I mean, T's and P's.
You want to hear something funny? I actually texted him and said, hey, what's your rate on an Uber ride from the city of brotherly love to Minnesota?
With the Escalade? Or was it Suburban or Escalade?
Yeah, he's got an Escalade, right? That's what it is. I think it's an Escalade.
OTR we go says I drive an 860, comes in at 18,380 pounds. I pull a reefer. If I'm loaded, if the load I'm hauling is 41,000 pounds, I'm counting on a return trip to the shipper to rework the load.
Damn, that's hard to do business.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, of the last 5 loads I've done, one's probably been below 41,000 pounds.
Yeah, hard to do business that way. Think of all the money it costs you to go back and wait and all that stuff. I bet you it's a damn comfortable truck, though.
Oh, it rides like a cloud. Daryl says I did 249 last year, food grade tanker. Not bad.
Take it. I take it.
If you get it. Yeah. Come on with it in the house. I'm very insulated from down freight markets by design. Consistency is better in my opinion.
I don't believe anything Come On With It says without a super chat.
Yeah. Remember Come On With It used to just bring the noise on them super chats.
He used to have it like that, didn't he?
I guess maybe the consistency on the super chats just ain't there.
You can tell it's a down freight market.
Uh-huh.
Although he says his downside's limited, so I'm gonna call shenanigans.
It's true. Snorlord, the Metal Viking Caveman Trucker, the longest name on YouTube, says $5. Whoop! What the hell is going on around here? We're talking to a Cummins engine owner about reliability and the experience of owning a Cummins. That's what we got going on here tonight.
I'll say this. When I pass the Freightliners and just wave and think, I'm getting the same fuel mileage as you.
When I'm not in the shop.
You know how much fuel I can buy for $2,200?
Come on, give us some other
I was just going to say
what other catchphrases you got?
6 days. No, I guess.
And on the 7th day, he rested in the shop.
He was in the Days Inn.
You know what? Remember that old song? 5.5 days on the road, and I'm gonna make it home. Well, maybe I'm not.
I gotta buy a plane ticket on the 6th day. He bought a plane ticket.
God, I hate you two. I don't know why you called me. I was just gonna say, in 6 days, $3,363.75 on maintenance on the new truck that I just bought for X amount of dollars.
Dang it, boy. So I just did the numbers on it. I could buy 567 gallons of fuel for $2,200 at the last rate I just paid for fuel. So it's a lot of fuel. That's like a week and a half.
I'll be honest. You told me not to do it. I've always been honest, especially when I talk to you two. I mean, Cash, you told me not to do it. I did it as honest as I can be. I didn't want to spend $100,000 on a truck that had or even $90,000 on a truck that had 450,000 miles. I didn't want to do that. I researched this truck that I purchased, and I thought, if I can get it for this price, I'm going to buy it. And everything just aligned. The financing was fine. The salesman, when I said I'm not willing to pay more than this for the truck, he's like, yeah, we can make that work. So everything.
Did you say, I'm not going to pay a lot for this Cummins?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh.
I told him, I said, I'm not comfortable paying over X amount of dollars. After taxes and all that, I don't want to pay any more than this. And he made it work. I see why, because after 6 days, I'm going to spend $3,300 and whatever dollars.
I mean, I doubt you'll spend another penny at least till next week.
It's only, what is today, Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I had to cancel my
Hey.
load.
You know what happened to the last guy that kept breaking down around here?
Please do it. Please do it. I would actually save money on insurance, so I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
Oh, it goes both ways, I guess.
I better be quiet.
53 Steps says it's better. It's because he nosed into the back row. Ooh.
I don't know.
Nosed in?
No.
Nah.
No. There is a guy here.
Go check
out one of my shorts that I did like a couple hours ago.
That was you.
There's a guy. I'm in reserve parking. He's parked the long way, taking up 5 spots. So I walked into the TA, and I'm not the only one that said something. The guy won't, like, he looks out when people knock on his door and just climbs back in his bunk, and he is taking up 5 rows. Hasn't paid anything.
Has anyone slid a tire under that truck and set it on fire yet?
It's gonna happen. Especially where I am right now.
I'd gather up all them broken pallets and I'd build a small fire right under his fuel tank.
Good call.
Well, you know he ain't gotten out of that truck for nothing, so go siphon his fuel. He ain't gonna get out.
Yeah, there you
do nothing
go.
About it.
Take your drill and poke a hole in the fuel tank and call the EPA and tell them that this truck leaking fuel over here. I guarantee they move him.
I'm surprised honestly, I'm surprised they haven't called the cops or something.
I don't understand what kind of jackass does that. Just pulls across 5 spots like that.
I don't want to give away too much. I'm at a truck stop that requires you to blindside back into the spot.
So you're at a Petro.
Yeah.
They force you to blindside in, and just by the name on the truck and how the truck looks, I'm assuming he doesn't know how to back up and figure I'm just going to park the long way and take up all. And there's trucks on both sides of him now. So even if he wanted to leave, like, he's completely boxed in.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish the TA did it like Sap Brothers and put a big concrete block in front of him, and said, hey, you come in, give us the money, we'll come out with a block. I heard somebody say if they'd done that to them, they would go to Home Depot and rent that pickup truck and drag that block. I'm like, you think that fucking pickup truck's dragging that 6,000? You will smoke you're not getting your deposit back because you're going to smoke the tires off of that truck. Oh, man. Yeah, people are so funny. Like, instead of just paying the fee because you're on private property, it kills me. Like, I'm not defending paid parking, but like, it's private property. If they want to do it, they can do it. Like, I don't know. Tito's and Soda's in the house. Says, hey guys, I drive for 30% of gross. He didn't pay me on Friday. What are my options?
I will say, excuse me, sir. Why didn't you pay me on Friday? Maybe start with that.
Yeah.
It could have just been a mistake. He could have forgot. He could have not got the direct deposits initiated in time where they carry over to Monday. The bank could have screwed up. Could be a lot of reasons. I'd just ask before you get all upset. I screwed up somebody's pay this week. I did his direct deposit out of a new account and didn't realize that there was a daily limit, and his deposit exceeded the daily limit, and his pay bounced back to me yesterday.
Oh.
So I had to redo it. So his pay is like a day or two late. But I just told him, hey, sorry about that.
Yeah. So you're paying through Cash App now?
Yeah. No. What's the deal there?
No.
The bank will only allow you to deposit X amount of dollars into it.
Well, I have to. No, Mike. I can only transfer a certain daily amount. So I have to call the bank and say, hey, I need you to increase that daily limit, which I forgot to do today. I need to remember to do it this week.
You wouldn't have that problem if you paid in Bitcoin.
Probably not.
Just saying.
Works for the.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I shouldn't have said what I was going to say.
Oh, come on. I'm sure it was super insightful.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Well, what I meant was it was like going to incite riots, that kind of insightful. Daryl says, I think I got that same problem, Fate. What kind of boost was you getting?
So I don't have a boost gauge in this truck, but it decreased it by 25%, and I could tell. And I wasn't super heavy. And I could tell I had lost quite a bit of power going up the hills. They recommend, if you have that problem, to shut your truck down. You don't want to blow out your turbo. And I'm just grateful I didn't blow out my turbo.
Yeah, for sure.
You can go ahead and thank him. You heathen.
Oh, man.
Maybe you should do that more often. You wouldn't have actuators going out.
You know what? So, yeah, never mind. Something was answered today, because the guy I was dealing with that would come into the trucker lounge and kind of tell me what was going on, he came in and he goes, next time I come in here, I'm going to have all the information. And he came in so stoned face with such a poker look on his face that I couldn't read it. I'm like, great. I'm going to spend like $15,000 right now. And I just didn't want to spend that money. And he's like, well, we had to cut this off. Everything was negative. And then he goes, but your turbo's just fine. So we're looking at, and I stopped him. I'm like, so my turbo's good? He's like, yes, your turbo is fine. And then he smiled. I'm like, because he looked like he had nothing but bad news to give me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Come on with it. Says, I'm waiting for everyone else to catch up on super chats. I don't want to make them look bad. And then Big Rig DoorDasher says $50. Come on with it. I'll take you up on that challenge. I like that. Big Rig DoorDasher coming in there.
Yes.
With the business. With that business. So you're going to put all this on your channel, I'm sure, Fate, right? You're going to have videos about all this?
So I've kind of quit doing videos, but today I made a video. But now I just told you everything.
Okay.
Did you call it, hey, everybody, look at my 14-letter shit spreader?
No, I haven't titled it yet. Be something dumb. The cost of doing this, or who knows what. I don't know.
Clickbait the hell out of it.
Uh-huh.
I've been pretty negative the last couple of days, so
let's call it everything you need to know about turbo actuators. And some things you don't.
Can I suggest maybe you standing like photo? Here's what I would do with it. I'll just tell you from my point of view. Here's what I would do. I would find like the most rotten, broken down truck, and I would put me in front of it, and I'd be like, "Is my new truck already destroyed?"
And
that's
then
a good idea.
Yeah.
Good
call in
idea.
the facial expression, or you could do a
Yeah, or make like an orgasm face and say, "Oh no, it's Cummins."
jeez.
Let's talk later, Cash. Let's talk later.
All right, yeah, I got a million ideas.
Everybody wants to know your interest rate on the piece of farm equipment there.
How about this? It's between 8 and 10.
Nice.
It's between 8 and 10.
That's not what you told me.
My interest rate on the truck?
Yeah.
It is too what I told you.
You told me 12.
No.
Yeah, originally.
No. 10.1 or 10.2%.
Okay.
Well, that's not between 8 and 10. You whack job. No wonder your freaking turbo went out. You can't even do math.
Oh,
Numbers.
Hey, one quick question there, DIY. You might know about this. We come from the land of scan gauges.
Yeah.
So now I had a scan gauge in the past, and I will tell you right now, I think a good place to buy those is Advance Auto.
Okay.
You just make sure you get the D, the one for that's what she said. But
So
but make sure you get the one that's scan gauge D, and by all means, do not pay that extra $50 for that Kevin Rutherford one, with his name on it. It's the same damn thing. But can you hook? Because the truck I had a scan gauge in did not have an ELD. Can you hook a scan gauge to an ELD truck, and if so, how?
There should be like a piggyback. There should be an in and out on that cable, on the plug. So
Yeah.
the in goes into your truck, and then there's the male, and then there should be a female on the other end of that plug. Some of my ELD cables have a splitter in there, so I think yours does. They're fake
Yes, it
truck, and
does.
you got the Y cable, right? So there's an extra
Yep.
plug there. You can piggyback them.
I just found out that I can read the drive axle weights though. Maybe I
Nice.
can. Maybe I do have a boost gauge, and I just haven't been able to find it with all the frickin' electronics that are on the dash.
Yeah, I like my scan gauge. Unfortunately, my cable's bad right now. I need to get a new cable.
Yeah.
10.1.
I really enjoyed the scan gauge. Like that boost gauge is where it's at. Like you've got to have a boost gauge on the truck.
My Mac has one. And like I said, maybe I just figured out stuff about my truck today. Am I disconnected?
That's a good price. $165. That's a good price.
And a lot of times, if you shop on like Advance or Napa or AutoZone, if you spend a certain amount and you order that online, you can still pick it up at the store, have it sent to your house. They'll give you a coupon. I remember when I bought mine from Advance, I got like 30% off for ordering online. Of course, that was 10 years ago or more, I would say. But yeah, if you don't have a boost gauge in your truck, guys, that's a cheap way to install a boost gauge right there.
Yeah, it's not a, so that calculates it off the ECM. It's not a true pressure gauge, but it's good enough.
On newer trucks, it's so accurate.
Yeah.
Because I have an actual gauge in the truck, and then I have a digital gauge as well from the ECM, and they're practically the same.
Okay.
It's like the little fuel mile gauge on newer trucks. It's very accurate. But yeah, if you guys don't have one of those, look into one of those. I mean, what all do you get on that? You get a boost gauge. You're going to get some turbo temperature gauges on there, a fuel mileage gauge,
all kinds of stuff.
For $160, it's a no-brainer.
And what most people don't, if you read the instructions, and if you go through, it'll teach you how to go through your scan gauge. It'll flash the ECM and pull off all the codes it's capable of pulling. So all the gauges your truck has the capability to do that you don't have the actual gauge for. And then you write down all the codes and you call in the scan gauge, and they can send you an update on how to program that to pull more functions out of that scan gauge.
Okay. I didn't do that when I had mine. It's good to know. Yeah, I like it because you can set up I think it's 4 different things to watch.
Yeah.
And it's like get you some of that 3M Velcro and Velcro that damn thing to the dash, somewhere, and it's money. It's money.
Money.
So since I know this is a different tool, but I have like the scan tool to read codes and everything like that. And I learned something today. I have that OTR performance tool. When it comes to this truck, the Internationals, the tool works for resetting Cummins codes and international codes. But here's the problem. If you have a code and you want to clear that code and say it's a motor code, Once you clear that code, you're going to get another check engine light that's dealing with the actual truck software. Because when you delete the code on the Cummins, the computers, they're not integrated, but they're communicating with each other, and they get mixed up when you clear a code on one and not the other.
Mm-hmm.
So like, be very careful that you just don't start deleting all kinds of codes, because that's what I did at first. I'll be honest. That's what I did at first. And I might have screwed something up by doing that. You know,
that's why the good Lord invented an integrated powertrain.
Yeah. Well,
International's got one coming to the market soon. If you guys, that S13, we'll see. With both feet says you didn't buy a lemon, you bought an international. Represent Fate. Russell Freight Services should have bought a Kenworth, only 17,000 last year. Wow, Kenworth for 17,000. That's a good deal. I just turned on my bunk heater. It's smoking like Cheech and Chong back there. might have to go restart that bag boy. Steven School Alchemy, greetings. What up? We're here with Fate Trucking and DIY Semi. Russ Freight Services said should have bought a Kenworth, only 17,000 in maintenance. Made 167,000 after taxes. Damn it, boy.
Well, year one of owning the Mac, I paid under $17,000 for maintenance. Year two, different story.
Okay.
It'll happen.
Yeah. Fate, after all that, you was talking about cash last night. You brave coming in tonight. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't talk trash. I just said you got arrested at your McDonald's job. And I don't even think I'm the one that started that. Somebody else did, and I just ran with it because it was funny.
Oh, yeah. That's Fate. Take someone else's idea and run with it. Hey, real talk.
Hashtag facts.
Oh, I got something for Fate coming the next few days. He's gonna love it. Make sure you're subscribed to my short feed, Fate.
I will.
I got some bangers coming.
Here we go.
Let's see. Paul Harris says, not to pour salt on your wounds, but the rig did disclose the previous owners. Oh, yeah.
Rig dig.
Oh, rig dig. Thank you. That's
actually, so I did that. And it did not.
If it's on a lease program, it might not.
Yeah.
It did not disclose where, like, who owned the truck. It told me when the truck was purchased, when the truck was sold, who the truck was sold to, meaning the dealership that I bought it from, what they paid for it, and then it had all the listings of day one when this truck was sold to the previous owner, what they bought it for, all the way up until the selling point of what that dealership had. But it did not say who the original purchaser of the truck was. It did say one owner, and the mileage was like 500 miles off.
Right.
Yeah, I paid for it.
How much does that rig dig cost?
So I think I paid for a month subscription. I think it was like $16 or $17. And maybe it wasn't the actual rig dig name, but I don't remember the company I used. I'm sure I could find it in my emails.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, like, in case people are trying to look at new trucks, you know, like something like that cost. Steven
like I
says,
said,
go ahead.
I paid $16 for 1 month, and it's unlimited. Like, you can look up all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Boy, that's a hard business model they got there. I'm sure not many people keep that more than a month or two, right?
Yeah, it's not a you don't have to cancel the subscription either. Like, it's just maybe you do have to cancel it. I should look into that.
Yeah.
I should look into that.
If anybody needs to know about a semi truck, just call Fate Trucking. He's got a subscription to Rig Dig over there, and it's like a timeshare. If you want to kick him a couple dollars, he'll look it up for you. Barry says, Fate Trucking, will you be providing legal counsel to Mr. Cash as he's faces alleged charges brought against him by the McDonald's and DoorDash? To be honest about it, like, I never was legally employed at McDonald's. I just bought a uniform online and showed up and started eating chicken nuggets. And, you know, I was like, don't worry about me, guys. I'm the new guy, you know. And they started questioning it when I ate my 19th ice cream cone in one shift, you know.
You're why the ice cream cone machine doesn't work.
Yes. I get a large thing of fries and then put ice cream on top of it. I was back there making new stuff. I was putting quarter pounder patties on chicken buns and tartar sauce and a quarter pounder fish fillet sandwich is what I was making.
Nice.
Yeah. Chief Freight Hauler says, OTR we go, is that with fuel or weight on the door? Okay. Yeah, that's real money. Real money. Truck has all new parts in the engine to the air dryer, etc. Okay.
Talking about Kenworth he bought.
Okay. WCF Invader says, I did 260 a mile, all miles for January drive-in. He got that contract with the Sinaloa cartel, I believe. He's hauling drugs and people, I believe is what he's got going on.
No, he only drove 57 miles as the party's leaving out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He drove to Florida and then retired. Oh, man. Paul says, I'm leaving my 860 this week. Not sure what I'll be moved into on the 16th. Oh, as a company driver, boy, you hate to see the big Volvo go. I've been in that position before. Well, not the big Volvo, but I had a couple Volvos as company drivers. Chief Freight Hauler says, my T680 is 17123 out on the door. Okay. Maybe that's out the door. Snorlord says, I also have Cummings experience. Damn it. Is that good or bad? Is that good or bad? Cheap Freight Hauler. I've worn out a lot of shoes while driving a Cummins powered truck. Oh, is that from stomping the big pedal?
No, it's from walking, trying to find the next mile marker so he can tell the tow truck where he's at.
Oh, nice. Nice. Chief Freight Hauler says 5.5 days on the road, and I'm going to Uber home tonight. There you go. Oh, me. With both feet says, that's a fast tow truck if you're passing Freightliners on the road.
I'm not on the hook. I've only been on the hook one time, and that was in the Mac.
Okay.
Was that $15,000 NOx sensor? Or no, $15,000 dozer valve?
Yep.
Yeah.
That new turbo, or no, I didn't get a new turbo. New turbo actuator, everything new. And the only thing I needed was that, dozer injector.
Damn. I got a video coming out real soon about my dozer injector situation the other day.
I have a video coming out soon about my Sharona.
Ma.
That's right.
So dumb.
But you need more of this on your channel, Fate. That's what people tune in for. My Sharona references.
You need more
I don't
of the
know
knack
enough
on your
about
channel.
old music.
Well, old good music.
Yes.
No. Okay.
Come on with it. Says, I'm waiting for everyone. Okay, he's waiting for everyone to kick in chats. It's been happening. Loyalty Trucking not saying any names. Someone is leasing a truck from Swift every other week. The truck is in the shop. Yeah, them boys out there. I don't know. Anthony says ISX 15 and Detroit's are better than Packard's.
Picard.
Yeah, isn't that the guy from Star Trek?
Yes, Captain Picard.
Yeah, Captain Picard. Yeah, I like Captain Detroit's myself.
Yeah.
Of the SS Freightliner. Gary Bates, there you go. There's a link to Fate Trucking. If everybody go check out Fate Trucking, if you go over there, be sure you leave a bunch of weird emojis so you confuse the hell out of him. You know.
I like to leave a donkey punch emoji. Just a donkey and then a fist. So everybody go over there, leave a donkey and a fist emoji.
Oh man, an old donkey punch. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Ronnie says, "What's that interest rate?" So it's somewhere between.
Not interested at all, and very interested.
It's somewhere between 3% and prime rate. You know,
plus 12.
Well, that's 12. Hold on here. I wanna clarify something, because DIY, you're gonna mute me. Oh, stop it, guys. you both say it. You both say this, and I get that you have some experience when it comes to like a lot. Okay, I'm not discounting your guys' knowledge, but so many times new people, I purchased my first truck through you, DIY. I didn't go through the traditional way of doing it. You know what? You hear so much about truck payments, $4,000 a month, people wanting 50% down, 20% interest. What I'm about to say is probably going to piss people off. Yeah, like if you don't know how to pay your bills and you don't have credit or you don't have good credit, yeah, they're going to bend you over. But you know what? If you're somewhat responsible, you can walk in somewhere with $5,000 and get a decent interest rate and walk out with a truck. $10,000, you don't need these astronomical numbers, and you don't have to pay these astronomical interest rates. Now, I'm not even happy with 10%, you know what I mean? But like, it's not 20, it's not 25%, and I don't have a $4,000 a month truck payment.
No, you're right. If you go into a dealer and you say, what's the biggest piece of shit you have on your lot that you've been sitting on for a year and you really want to get rid of?
Yeah. You know what?
They'll give you a smoking deal on it.
Hey, buy me this truck for me. I'll just pay you. You can do it that way, or you can just,
Sorry.
My truck.
I can't help it. I try to be a better person. I can't help it.
Absolutely. No, that's fear mongering. You fear monger people into not wanting to do something to better themselves.
Well, no, for a lot of people, it's true though. Like the circumstances you said with the interest and because let's face it, not everybody has great credit. Hey, a good divorce.
If you don't have great credit, why are you trying to buy something that's $100,000? You have no business even trying to attempt it. Like you're hurting yourself by doing that. right?
I feel like you're trying to talk people out of doing something that could better themselves.
I don't see how $4,000 a month and spending $50,000 down on a truck and paying 20% interest is bettering yourself. I don't see that. I don't understand that. And I think that's a better conversation to have than, oh, this is what dealerships want. I get that that's what they want if you come in there like unprepared and not a disciplined person and have bad credit. Well, when you have bad credit, people take advantage of you. So
here's the thing about bad credit, though. It's not what it used to be. If you get sick and racked up with medical bills that you can't possibly fucking pay, I'm sorry, that happens to people. Like, I know people going through that right now. I know people with cancer that, you know, end up with hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills. It's not their fault they got cancer or, you know, a heart attack. That's also like not that. Or a good divorce and racked up with, you know, high child support can wreck a person too. So that's kind of a different issue. Now, if you've done stupid things, you know, that's different. If you have bad money management skills, but it's even getting to the point where credit rating agencies are starting to put a lesser weight on medical debt. So, you know, it's a real thing.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I talked to my bank. I don't want to divulge too much. But I don't know. That came across probably asshole-ish, and I didn't mean it to come across that way.
We'll fix it for you.
Let's see what the comments think about you.
Well, wait a minute here. If you're going to buy a truck and spend $4,000 a month on a truck payment, why the hell do you bitch about rates being bad? You knew the rates were already what they were before you made a decision to invest a whole crap load of money into something. Why are you complaining? Like, I'm an asshole, I guess. You're going to kick me off. I get it. But, like, I don't understand why people complain about it. You didn't do your job. You weren't diligent enough to maybe wait a little bit and get something better for yourself. You made a quick decision that probably wasn't the best decision to make at the time. And then you're going to bitch about it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well,
here we go. I'm going to get yelled at.
No, I mean, yeah.
Steve's in the house. What up, Steve? Anthony says, I parked the truck and won't move it till I get paid. Talking about not getting paid on Friday. Yeah, I think I'm with DIY on that. If the boss didn't pay me on Friday, you know, first thing I do is just call them and talk to them. You know, see what's going on. You know.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's an honest mistake. Like, people make mistakes. I'm sure. You know, I'm sure you've made a few mistakes in your life. I know I have. And not everything needs to be a confrontation in trucking. It's not 0 to 100 just instantly.
Yeah, and if it's been a good relationship, you know, you don't want to burn that over, like, you know, a guy forgot to, you know.
He might not even know it got screwed up. You asking him might bring his attention to it.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Snorlord says, so is the new truck just got here? Yeah, Faye was talking about his new truck. Turbo actuator replaced today. Should improve the fuel economy a little bit, I'm thinking, right? Having a new turbo actuator on there.
And the torque. You might pick up an extra 100 foot-pounds in torque.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, damn it, I'm busted. Oh, did I screw up?
I think you did.
Oh, I sent that to you, didn't I?
You jackasses. I hate you.
I meant to text you, Cash, and I said next time he rants, put him up solo so you can cut it out later. And I sent it to him.
Nice.
Oh, man, I screwed that up.
Okay. I time-stamped it when he was scratching his leg. He was like... Can't wait to cut
That's
that
funny.
out.
That's funny.
Taylor says, just put a new Borg Warner turbo on my cat, only $1,700.
Meow.
Nice. Yeah, I got her purring. Give her some cat food and let her run. With both visas, more hotel reviews coming from F8's channel soon. Did you end up in a hotel on this one, Fate?
No, I was in the shop a total of 8 hours. I showed up and 8 hours, and like 5 minutes later, I got the truck back.
So I know you've
Which-
only had one experience, but how was international service?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, I see you laughing now, DIY. What are you doing now?
Somebody sent me a Cash App that says, "Is this Fate's Cash App?" I'm going to say yes, it is.
That's great.
So
Nice.
you had a good experience.
Very good experience. I called this morning at 7:30. They told me they were really busy. I got there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and 8 hours later, I was out the door.
Nice. It's good to know. J9 TV says, man, no notifications. The big three are here. Yeah, come on in, Jackknife. ALR Freight says, what's the interest rate? I think we finally got that nailed down.
Somewhere between 6 and 2.
Yeah, prime plus 5 minus 3 with a square root of 2. I believe is what that was. Barry says, don't be actuating my turbo, you heathen. Uh-oh. So you did not get your 53 steps as Fate put it in the river, Mississippi truck wash style. So they had to cut that old actuator off.
Yeah, so it's connected by 4 bolts. I'm not going to say anything.
Here's my hands.
Yeah, I saw you laugh.
I was working on it. That's what she said, but I'll let it be.
Yeah, it's put on by 4 bolts, and the last bolt they couldn't get off, so they had to cut it off, which then I lost. I think it was like a $350 core charge.
Damn it. Did you watch them cut it off, or did they just they get you for $350?
No, they just told me they cut it off. I couldn't go into the shop.
I'm very suspicious of stuff like that, you know? Like, I mean, I know they probably did, but I always, in my back of my head, I'm like, God dang it. Like, that asshole could have just said that and kept my $350. Like,
yeah, I'm going to tell him that, but then I'm going to tell him his turbo is good. So he's going to be so happy that his turbo is not bad that he's going to just ignore that first part.
Yeah.
It's exactly the way I would play it.
Big Rig DoorDasher F8, how was the fuel mileage before the actuator issue?
Fantastic. I've been heavy everywhere I've went. The lowest on paper that I've gotten is 7.3, 7.2. It was like 7.28 something, so I rounded it up to 7.3. There has been 2 times on Highway 80 that from like Wisconsin to the eastern part of Ohio, I was getting 8.6, 8.9, which for me, that's huge compared to what I was getting in the Mack truck. I mean, my fuel cost was nothing less. I mean, it was something, but a lot less than what it normally is.
Right. Well, that's good to hear. Snorler says, call the video a shit sandwich served with a shotgun.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, wait. Daryl says 9.5% on his corn binder. He's talking about an actual corn binder, I believe.
Yes.
Snore Rider, $4.20 says Fate. Next video should be called Over the Flop.
Was that Sterling? Wait a minute. Go back to that.
Yes.
Is that Sterling?
Yes. Yes.
I changed his name again?
J Night TV says I'm at 21% on my 9400i International. Have you thought about towing that thing to a river? Like find a downhill with a river near it, and
I can make something clear here real quick. I was.
Now there's no reeling that back. No. You floated that one. It's out there.
I've spoken like I wasn't talking about Jack.
It sounds like you were speaking directly to him.
You know what? Yeah, it probably did.
Yeah, that's like a Chinese weather balloon.
I didn't even think about it when I was freaking talking. Son of a bitch.
You didn't shoot that balloon down until it was well past the East Coast. I mean.
Yeah, you're not getting that one back.
No.
Everybody saw that one.
That balloon hit every military base in the country.
He knows me. He knows I wasn't talking about him. Go. Let me read comments.
I probably got like 5 clips I'm gonna get out of that. It's gonna be like
truth.
Make sure you get the ones with my great punchlines in them. Make me look great.
I will. I'll put some sound effects in there, like some horn noises and stuff right before you get everybody's attention.
They go waka waka.
Right before you do it, I'll cover you up with a Fozzie Bear and waka waka. Oh man, 21% on the international. Damn it, dog. My boost goes to 45. Ooh, let's have a boost competition. What's everybody's boost go to? My boost, it depends on if my actuator's working or not. And what mine goes to. The OB2 Port Piggies. Yeah, that's it's funny you say that because I'm pretty sure now that I think about it, my ELD connector has that thing you're talking about. Like it has a splitter with a second one where you can I don't know if that means. Yeah, I'm not sure if that works on like 2 different types of trucks or if where I can connect something else.
You'll notice one end is male, one end is female. So you got the other end you can plug into.
That's what you then.
Mm-hmm.
Midwest Mike, Fate doing that McDonald's math. Oh man. Where's Cash's link to the scan gauge? Ooh, yeah. I'll hook that up. I'll do a whole video on that. That's coming to you probably in the morning. Scan gauge video. Amazon link. Steve Wildman night, folks. Thanks for stopping by, Steve. J-Night TV says I'm at 15% on the T680 Next Gen, 48-month term. Whew, I bet that's a hell of a payment, but let's face it, that's a hell of a truck.
Brand new.
What? I mean, when it had all its fairings, it was a wonderful truck.
And mirrors.
Yeah.
That's a brand new truck, though.
Well, it was. Now, not so much.
Oh man, come on! When it says I passed F8 going up, popping wheelies with 45,000 in the box. Come on.
You would have today if you passed me this morning.
J-Night TV says for Detroit and Cummins, you can buy a scan tool off of eBay for $300. That'll read you in the truck, read default codes, and view parameters. Yeah, I would be wary of those myself. I bought one off of eBay or Amazon. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Amazon. I bought one that said it did that, and then come to find out, it did not do that. And I tried to return it, and oddly enough, it was 93 days, and it had a 90-day return policy. So the first time I used it was 93 days. Could not return it. So now I got a $200 pile of crap back there. So the moral of the story is if you buy one of those, hook it up immediately and see if it works. And if it doesn't, get it rid of. Paul loves the international. He loves that. Jackknife says, "Hey now, leave 13 letter shit spreaders alone. They take a beating." Okay. I bought it for $74,000. Only had 308,000 miles on it. Well, that's not a bad deal.
308,000 on the rebuild. Didn't he say everything on the motor was new?
I think accessory wise, he was saying like air compressors and stuff like that. Jay, now if you can buy tons of used trucks right now from $10,000 to $15,000 that don't look too bad, you probably got another 10 to 15 going into it. Honestly, hell, for 20 to 40, you could probably get a nice Peterbilt, maybe even some end frames. Yeah, but like, I mean, if you like fuel economy, I don't know. I'd be wary of a $10,000 to $15,000 truck. I just would. My boy Rich Taco's in the house. Fate got a brand new international. Tell him about it so he can go subscribe and watch you talk about it.
It's not brand new. It's a 2019. Okay. I cannot afford a brand new truck, so I bought a used truck.
You can, but you don't want to.
You said your limit is $3,999 a month is the most you're willing to pay.
Stop it. That was not God.
Well, I just remember you saying anybody who spent a penny more than that was stupid.
What I'm saying is, if you spend money and you get a payment, you sign a lease or you sign a loan agreement that it says, hey, this is $4,000 a month, and you know what the rates are, why then complain about the rates? Because you just added a huge payment to your business. It's not directed at anybody. And Jackknife should know that. I respect Jackknife TV. I hope he doesn't think I was like bashing him at all, because I'm not. I am bashing people that say stupid shit because they're experienced in this. They know the market. They see the fluctuation, but yet they make. God, I'm doing it again, aren't I? They make bad decisions. Here we go. Take me off. You can close me out tonight. Stop it. Well, what's going on? You want to hear me rant some more?
Tell me about how dumb people pay high interest rates.
It's not dumb.
What is it?
You know what? It's like me, right? I like ice fishing. I like boating. Should I go out and buy the fish house I want or the fishing boat I want right now? No, probably not a good idea for me to do. Can I afford it? Yeah, I can afford it. But I also look ahead at what I might be facing, not only as an individual, but as a business. It's not wise for me to make those decisions. It's no different. If I buy that boat or fish house today, do I have a right to complain that I can't make the payments or that the rates are bad and I have all this crap? I shouldn't complain about it. I made the decision.
Yeah. Jackknife TV $5 is I'm stupid.
It's not at him, for Christ's sake. I like him. Like, it's not directed towards him. It's directed to all the other shit I see and everybody else that complains. Like, why not complain about real struggles? Like, holy crap, I've spent $50,000 this year on maintenance. That sucks. What can I do to maybe do something better and not pay that much in interest? You buy another truck. 16 days after you buy the truck, you've spent $3,000 in maintenance. Bitch about that. The rates didn't cause these problems. My decision-making caused the problems. I'm not mad at the rates. I'm not mad at trucking. I'm mad at the fucking decisions. I'm sorry. The decisions that I made.
Well, before anybody gets too... Yeah, exactly. # real talk. Before anybody gets too worked up, don't worry. Fate and Jackknife used to be cool. So
we are cool. Don't start that. God. I'm gonna email him right now.
I don't think he wants to hear it. I think you're blocked.
Yeah, I think he's over it. Oh man. Let's see here. We had another super chat there I missed. Sterling says Fate went from Mac to International. What's next? Hino box truck.
It's gonna go auto car
Oh man.
or Isuzu.
One of
That's
those
okay.
little
I'm showing.
one of those little Chinese electric trucks. Wait on the door. Okay. Come on, it says I invented the double quarter pounder with cheese. Nice. In the 80s. Nice. That's a good idea. I'm glad they ran with that.
I have a joke. I just don't know if I should tell it.
You hear me?
You should.
Hold on a second.
Can you handle it if it's perceived as racist, but it is not in any way? It's fucking hilarious.
Let it fly.
Because what brought it up is Fate Trucking talking about the fluctuations, right? So this Asian guy goes to a car dealer to get his oil changed, right? And they change his oil. They come back, it's $48. He goes, oh, okay, $48. He pays it. 2 months later, he comes back, and they change his oil. $57. $57. 2 months ago, $48. Now $57. What's going on? The mechanic goes, well, fluctuations. And the Asian guy goes, oh, fuck you white people too.
Oh, nice.
I'd have to think about that one for a minute, but
nice, yeah. No. Great Asian voice, by the way. There's Jackknife TV's channel. If everybody clicks on that, go check out Jackknife TV. He's taking a lot of hell today on this show from my guests. So go check him out. Go hook him up.
Now, do you lose a sub when you block somebody?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. We'll have to.
Here we go.
Ooh, Cheap Freight Hauler says his payment was $7,500 in January. What do you got to say to a man like that? I mean, with rims like that, I'd.
You guys did so well for like 2 months.
Folks, you're here with Stepdaddy Cash, DIY Semi, and Cummins in my pants. Oh man.
Barry says for sale, rebuilt Mac with new factory bell housing.
Gary's the best.
Oh man, that's brutal. Oh, our new truck's worth it. Why not go pre-emissions? I'm gonna tell you, for me, pre-emission trucks are getting really old. That's the big thing for me. DIY, you got a couple pre-emission trucks. Well, let us talk. Let us know about it.
They cost money too. You got a 20-year-old truck. You got 20-year-old wiring, 20-year-old airlines, 20-year-old, everything.
Carpet, mattresses,
fuse panel, doors, windows, everything.
Yeah, seals. Yeah.
Can you buy cabin filters for them anymore?
I don't know. I think they're what do you say? They're mothballed or something like that.
I think the exact words were, "We quit making those because the truck's too old."
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Yeah, that'd be a bad filter if it was made out of mothballs.
Yeah. Plus, let's be honest, it's gonna smell like onions.
Exactly. Now that's my take on pre-emission trucks and all is they're getting old. I mean, like let's throw for instance out there. Let's say you went and bought a pre-emissions truck for like $40,000. You would need to make some money back on that truck. I'm thinking one of these days, possibly, maybe in the future, it would need to happen.
No.
No?
I say
No,
let her
he's got
sit till she
truckers
needs
like
some
me that
real
work
work.
for him.
Oh,
I say
okay.
let her sit till all the seals dry up.
Yeah,
Everything, the brakes rust to the freaking drums.
yeah. I like that idea. It's a good idea. Let the rats get in it, and eat your leftover food and your
Yes.
wiring harness while they're in there.
Exactly.
Nice.
See, you
Good
get it.
business model. I like how you structure your business, DIY.
Thank you.
Oh, Grafton channel member, very logical by the way, says someone say something about Star Trek. Hey, we was just talking about the Picard earlier. CJ says, imagine if you will 3 in the CR England triple bunk truck. If I had a triple bunk truck, the first thing I would do is we would stop at Taco Bell, and then we'd have a race to see who could hold it the longest.
Yeah, first thing I would do is take 2 weeks off, then quit.
Oh man, love it. With both pieces, Grafton can hear Star Trek references 10 miles away with those Vulcan ears. Yes, that's damn right. Jackknife TV. Ugh. Sorry, Jackknife. We didn't mean to, I guess it's my show. I have to take responsibility for what Fate's been saying, but DIY had nothing to do with it. Jackknife TV says, my opinion, in about 5 to 10 years, pre-ad trucks, I think it's pre-LD trucks, are going to go the way of California. Okay. Pre-emissions, yeah. What's the oldest truck you can have in California now? 2011?
No, it's 26. No, 20.
No, it's 2011.
2011? Yeah, I guess you're right.
I think 2016 is coming soon, though, right?
Yes, I think so. I don't remember. It's hard to keep up with freaking nonsense, just arbitrary, made up nonsense.
I watched a thing on YouTube the other day where a guy was having to turn his truck into a yard truck because it was 2011 or 2010. Excuse me.
You got to read that next super chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to get down to it right now. I'm too stupid to block people. I keep pressing F8 delete on my keyboard, but it's not going away. Nice.
Oh man.
Great.
It's been a long time since we gave him a good proper beating.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Everybody else is gonna follow, and I'm about had it with all that shit.
Oh no, they won't. No, they won't.
So if you want to talk crap, by all means, go ahead. But please understand, I am gonna talk crap right back to you, and I will get very dirty.
Come on with it.
Dirty talk from Fate.
It's like a 1-900 number over here now. I need to start making some money with these damn rates. I'm buying new trucks. Need more income.
You've been hanging out in that parking lot all day. You could have went and made some money.
All day?
All night.
I just got here a couple hours ago.
Come on, wait. It says I have perfect credit, but I don't need it. Pay cash for earthing. Marty says he loves the A26 engine. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that's what Fate was going to get. I wanted somebody to test that for me that I knew personally. But
I almost did, because I had somebody share a lot of details about that truck, that motor with me. But the pricing, once again, I didn't want to go over a certain dollar amount.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some really good one of those down in Iowa right now. I don't know if you saw that that short video I did the other day. Some LTs with the A26 tri-pack APUs, 300,000 miles for like 90 grand.
Yep.
It's good. It's a good truck, I think, for the price. But then again, I've never had personal experience with the A26 engine. And but it's been around for what's the A26 been around for now? 4 or 5 years? It's been around for a while.
It's been out there. J Knight TV says that alimony gets some people with bad credit too. Yeah. There's things out there that you could be doing your thing and just get derailed.
That
it's like the housing market, 2007, ish. A lot of people thought they were making damn good investments buying a house.
well, wait a minute.
Let me finish. A lot of people thought they were making really good investments in a house. They had good credit. They bought a house. They got a good rate. And then by nothing that they did in the next 2 to 3 years, that house lost half its value.
Yeah, but that value's come back already. The people that lost their house, that's just like people that lost all the money in the stock market. They got it all back within a couple of years. My father was one of those guys. He delayed his retirement about 2.5 years and then was able to recoup what he lost. A lot of people, when that housing market crash happened, were buying houses that were way over what they could afford because interest rates were low, or they were buying a house on an arm. Oh, stop this. Like, this is true, though. If you buy a house on an arm and the interest rate goes up, you're responsible to pay the extra payment or refinance the house. The problem was a lot of people that bought houses on arms didn't work on any of their personal credit, so they couldn't refinance the house. So the house was taken from them. I mean,
do you recommend people work on their corporate credit and business credit?
Oh, don't get me started on that. You're just setting me up. I'm like, yeah, you're just setting me up.
It's the night for it. You're ready to talk. We're finally getting some real real talk out of you.
And I'm talking about outlier. Not everybody got their money back in the housing market if they waited. Certain markets never came back. Like, if you were in the Metro Detroit area, we're 15 years on, and a lot of them people still don't have the value in a house. Like Phoenix had a lot of that. I mean, it's hype too. Hype gets them. I think that's a big part of trucking the last couple of years is the hype of it. You had to be in at all costs.
Well, let me be
clear. Some people still can't let that go. Honestly, a lot of people still can't let that go.
I was one of those people. I've shared that I overextended myself years ago, went through the divorce, did all that. Like, I was one of those people. And I learned. Like, I learned the value of what my money could actually afford me, not what I wished it could afford me or thought it could afford me. I knew what it could afford me. And I've tried my damnedest to live in that lane. Even though I wish I could live in this lane and have a couple more things, I live in the lane that I know I can survive in. And I think a lot of us don't do that. Yeah. And that's when we experience the hardships. And the hardships suck. I don't mean to make light of it, but we put ourselves there. We can't blame anybody. We've put ourselves in those spots. And corporate credit, man, whatever. You don't want to get me started.
There's where I disagree with you a little bit, though. A lot of those people did not put themselves in. It's not like they made decisions that with the information they had, knowingly that things were, like the people that bought trucks in, 2022 or 2021 or 2020, more like 2021. I mean, you make decisions with the information you have in front of you, and, maybe you bought a truck and you had some good customer freight and that contract got snapped out from under you or something,
But that's normal. That happens all the time. You know that because you've been in the industry a long time. DIY knows that because he's been in the industry a long time. I know that because I've been in the industry a long time. I've worked for companies that they've lost all their company customers and the company closes. So if you made a decision to purchase a truck for $200,000 and thinking that nothing was ever going to change, that is your fault. That's 100% your fault because you don't know the industry well enough to make a $250,000 decision based on 1 or 2 years of experience. You don't have the necessary information, as you like to call it, to make that decision because you don't know the industry. You haven't been around. I don't even know it. For Christ's sakes, I'd learn it from you two. And if you say people were buying trucks in 2021, I know for a fact that you two were spewing this might not be the time to do it. Like, there was a big turn in 2021 with the rates. And then you would always say it's going to come back down to normal. And people would say, oh, $5 a mile is the new normal. When you two more than once said, hey, the pendulum swings up, it swings down. We're going to see a bad time again. So, like, I feel bad for people, but we can't blame an industry that's been around for hundreds of years that has always been the same. There's been good times, there's been bad times. There's good times in the housing market, there's bad times in the housing market. You can't blame the market, blame the decision making. And if you don't go in with enough information, you're going to make the wrong decisions. Hence, you're going to buy a freaking International LT.
Are you trying to say don't hate the player, hate the game?
Absolutely.
Is that where we're going with this?
Absolutely. Because the game will F you up.
Oh, the real talk.
I'm negative though too. I'm not my chipper positive self.
I don't know. The lab came back, said you were positive.
Well, no. Listen, a lot of people put themselves in positions that people tried to steer them away from, including myself. So I'm not any different. I made decisions that I wanted to make against some other people's wisdom and knowledge that know better than me.
So what you were saying is everything was going great for you until you started listening to somebody else and not me and Cash, right? So people should never stop following our advice. They should never listen to anybody else. They should only ever listen to us, right?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm hearing.
Well, that's not what. Well,
Stepdaddy Cash and DIY is where it's at. That's what I'm getting from this.
100%. Dan's with you, Fate. He says I agree with Fate 100%. I'm not saying I don't agree with what he's saying. I'm saying it's not black and white. Like, there are things that happen to people that are out of their control. And you can't just say everybody's an idiot for paying 24% interest. Like, there are times when that works. Jackknife TV in the house.
Dirty dirt. If we all hold our loads, the brokers have to pay us. Dirty dirt. Oh man.
I was not talking about you.
Where'd you get that avatar?
I know. Oh, I made it myself. This is the avatar I used in Jane's Best's life. Okay. You know, it kind of resembles some people. Oh shit! So how we all doing tonight?
We're good. Fate's on a rant over here. That's why I brought you.
Yeah.
I wanted you to. I can't have a guy just sitting here just absolutely just bury a guy without bringing him on and giving a chance for him to,
It's got to be.
I buried myself. Come on, anybody that does some weight savings to a brand new T680, deserves a little bashing once in a while.
I thought we could squash. I was hoping we could squash this beef here tonight.
Oh, I thought we were eating squash and beef.
That's later.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I thought we were waffle stomping it. That's the best way to eat beef.
Can I say something here real quick?
That's kind of what we do on YouTube here.
Okay. Like Jackknife has been in the industry for a while.
All right. Excellent. Thank you.
All right.
Go ahead, Faye. You're back on. I just wanted to see how long you go before you noticed it.
Like he knows. What has he got up there now?
It's a pastry.
Well, my point is,
Oh man.
like Jackknife knows the industry. He's not somebody that has no experience. There's a big difference. Stop it. There's a big difference between somebody that just got out of truck driving school and buys $250,000 truck versus somebody that's been in the industry a long time, been an owner operator, has experience with the ups and downs of being an owner operator like Jackknife does. There's a big difference.
Oh, I still have screw ups though. I still mess up. A lot of it, some of it's bad luck, but still, shit happens. But man, there's so many people out there getting hustled anymore that, right now, to be honest, I got tons of trolls that are mad at me because I'm telling people, this is not the time to, jump in right now.
Are you trying to tell them buy brand new trucks with no top fairing?
Yeah.
Are you starting a top fairing removal service?
Well, it's weight savings. It gets better fuel mileage. Those engineers don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Sorry, I can't help it.
How much is a new top fairing? Just for the people out there that
I don't know. I don't even want to know. I'll probably have an aneurysm.
That's how I felt today.
And I was sitting there. I'm like, well, should I post this or should I not? I was like, what the hell?
All right.
I'm sure I'm not the first.
I'm sorry, Cash.
What?
I'm gonna bounce, and I'm sorry.
Well, how convenient when he has to face his
adversary.
Yeah. I'm sleepy now.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get into how the economy's going or whatnot here. With way you were starting off, it sounded like it was gonna be some educational truths flying out.
So you've made comments on my channel, and this is where I defer to you. Like, I'm not smart enough to know what's going on with the economy.
Oh, yes, you are.
I know what I see, and I know what I'm told by certain people. I don't dive deep into it like you do. You know what I mean? And I'm not like, I wish I did. I don't. And I don't stay up to date on this stuff. Like I said, it's what I see and what I hear. And that's it. People like you are way more knowledgeable in that regard of what's going on in the economy or what you might think is going on.
Well, I'll put it this way. Car related repos are through the roof. Like I told Velox 18, he made the best decision he did. He'll probably be basically printing money for himself here for a while, unless he gets shot. But other than that, I'm just being truthful that he kind of picked a little bit unsafe line of work for California area, at least in my opinion. But if it's already happening with the car market, obviously it's most likely happening in trucking too, because I know I go by Ritchie Brothers now and their lots are full. I just went by the one on Delaware on Route 13 there, and that place is jam packed with trucks and trailers right now. So obviously something's coming, and for guys to just I know some the people here are listening to us, but there's other guys that are just getting hustled on YouTube and are going out and doing lease purchases with certain companies and, buying trucks and stuff. And it's just, I don't want to say that they're dumb, but they're definitely getting drugged right into the same crap everyone else did last year and the year before that.
How many times in life do you walk in somewhere and they say, hey, we'll give you something that's worth, what's a brand? How much was your have you shared how much your new truck was?
Yeah, it's $160,000 or $165,000 plus the I guess like $19,000 for the taxes.
How many places can you walk into and they're gonna give you a piece of equipment that's $165,000 with no money down, no credit checks, and put you to work? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know how to put you to work, but I mean, I guess if you're doing a lease purchase, there's plenty. But
there's companies that do that, right? We agree that there's major companies that do that, and people get into those deals, correct?
Well, there's a couple people right now jumping up and down for Hirschbach and Swift right now that shoveling people over there. So
who's to blame for that person signing the piece of paper?
Well, nobody. That's the person signed the paper. But to be honest, it's up to people like us to at least give a little bit more truth out there for them to find it. But if they're not looking for it, that's their problem, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It's business. Business is business.
Find me something, Fate. Find me something you're just not. Just
there's a reason. There's a reason. Like when my international went, belly up, everyone's like, oh, throw a bunch of cash apps up and start begging people. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I mean, it is what it is. I was kind of hoping that maybe somebody would come along, somebody in Tennessee or something, and maybe say, hey, you wanna, maybe pay me to rebuild this? I'd have been fine with that. But, he has his own problems right now. Who knows? It might have disappeared if it was there. So
you're talking about Velox?
No, in Tennessee.
Yeah, Velox.
I try not to name people. I mean, I don't want to act like I'm getting in people's business. I mean, it'd be different if I've actually talked to him personally, but I haven't.
Think of something that's happened in the last month on YouTube. Something big. Something big.
I literally watch my videos, DIY's videos, and then
Tim. I'll say it. Tim Gentry. His whole shop burnt to the ground.
Never heard of him.
No.
What about it though?
Wow. And Velox is in Tennessee. Just to be clear, Velox is in Tennessee.
Yeah.
He moved already.
Yeah.
I thought he was. I thought he was still out in Cali.
No, thanks for keeping up.
Oh wow! No, I didn't know that. He was last video I just watched. He said something about Cali, but I guess I don't know. Maybe not.
What's the deal with this Gentry feller's shop burning down?
Oh yeah, it burnt to the ground. He lost a couple trucks and everything.
Ooh, you don't like to hear that. What happened?
Yeah, he had I don't know. He had like a 1200 horsepower cat motor in there. All kinds of stuff. Yeah, all brand new. Yeah, I guess one of his employees, they lost their mom's Mustang. I forget what kind of Mustang it was, but she died, and they were fixing it for him.
Damn.
Yeah, it went south real quick.
That sucks.
He lost all his tools, all that stuff. And a lot of people were getting on him because, they view him like just trucking, look how good he's doing. What happens? The haters start coming. But like I said, shit can turn in a heartbeat. That could easily put him out of business.
Oh, you lose your tools. You lose, he lost his
everything.
Ability to work.
And people think, oh, it's all insured. Yeah, it's going to take them like a year or two just to go through it, probably, if they'll even get the money then,
Insurance doesn't cover everything. They're going to find all kinds of things that they don't cover. That's what insurance
Well, a lot
does.
of people got to think, too, when you insure a shop, there's a lot more than just your regular insurance. You got the mechanic insurance that covers the tools and stuff. And, you got Yeah, and a downtime, if you're going to get into it, insurance is definitely one thing you want to look at, especially for shops and stuff. It'll cover customers' cars or vehicles, like trucks that burn down in it. Let's see what else it'll do. It'll, like you said, it'll cover downtime, your losses. It'll keep you paid at least somewhat decent.
He's in a pickle. He's in a pickle. Come on with it. Says we don't take financial advice from people who pay 10% interest.
Yeah, go buy your first commercial vehicle. Tell me what it is.
He paid cash for his brand new truck.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay cash for what I bought this truck for.
I'll tell you what, if I paid cash for my international, I would have not made it very far. About the first month, I'd have been screwed.
I don't have the cash to pay for what I just paid for.
Some people say you can't afford
out a home equity loan, which I could have done for very low interest rate. But then I'm betting on my mortgage.
I was gonna say I would not do that right now. And it would be different if it was 20 years ago and the economy might stay the same for like 10 years, 15 years. But shit, by tomorrow we might we might all be hunting deer and hoping we have, food on the table.
I own my truck too. Come on with it. Which truck are you talking about? I own one.
Oh.
Yeah, what's the plans on that? What's the plan on that, F8? We gonna start, multi-million-dollar empire?
I got a 2019 LT International for sale. So
what are you selling it for? 120,000?
No, I'll sell it to you.
Can you finance it for me?
Nope. Let's see what my payoff is.
What's the lease purchase payments on that?
Oh, I can go. What do you? Yours is your new truck's 4,000. I'll go 2,000 a month.
And what's the escrow? $500 a week?
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna sell it.
If I lease purchase that from you, do I have to buy my tire chains and my load locks from you at
From
an
me.
inflated price?
Yeah. When I return it back with the headlight bulb out, is that going to be a $6,900 new headlight bulb?
Absolutely.
If you've got
And I
it in your
tell you what
maintenance
tires
account,
to put on it. I will tell you everything you can do with the truck you own.
Oh man.
I feel like these are all just shots at me.
Liquid Hauler says, what's the need rig fade? I don't know. Gary Bates says, should I buy a newer truck or a different type of trailer?
Sure, why not?
Both, Gary. Throw that money. Treat it like you're at the strip club. Don't hold back now.
Yeah, and you should go down and buy that like $120,000 drive van down there at Ritchie Brothers or something. Yeah, you'll get your money back.
Can you get two of them at that price?
Oh, no, well, maybe half of one. Depends where it came from.
John's coming in from I-15 in Vegas. Thanks for stopping by. Tallahassee checking in. 108 people in the house. Everybody smash that like button for me if you could. I'd appreciate it. Great minds think alike, Jackknife TV. Okay. Yeah, we got Jackknife TV in here tonight. Everybody check out Jackknife's channel. Fate Trucking there, coming in my pants, aka Cummings in my pants. The Trucker's Therapist up in the top corner there, and I am your stepdaddy Cash. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button for me if you would. We had to get these guys together. If you don't know DIY, the Trucker Therapist, that's my brother. And these two other fellows, they were having a little bit of a skirmish there. We had to let them come in and straighten it out. Fate was just giving Jackknife the business. So, I'm the type of guy, when I'm not going to just let it go. It's got to be, we're going to try to work it out,
Now, calm down. You're making my legs all hairy.
Unsubstantiated claims and whatnots. With both feet, glad that Jackknife's in the house. Yeah. No, 308 was on the odometer when he bought it. Yeah, no rebuilds on that.
I thought he had said that.
Okay. I didn't have to replace the things I did until 8 months after buying it. Okay. Let's milk Fate and have DIY test the
somatic cell count.
Yeah,
oh, good inside joke there. Come on with it. Nobody outside the dairy industry is going to get that one. If you ain't never milked a cow, you ain't going to get a somatic cell count joke. Sorry, folks.
I have milked thousands of cows, and I had no idea what that was. Milked a plenty of cows, and hey, returned their phone calls the next day too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a racist.
Adam Bennett in the house just came back to the chat, but why is F8 here? Oh, he might be gone at this point.
Yeah,
you
piss me off after some dipshit calls me a racist. You can fucking blow me, like for real. You know nothing about me, Adam Bennett, and I actually take a lot of freaking
drugs.
You don't know me, man.
Wow, this is a fate trucking we ain't seen before.
Well, that's below the belt. Make fun of my goatee, make fun of the way I talk. You're like, you don't even know my family, man. So be very careful before you call me a racist. For real. I don't even know you, man. Be careful. Be careful.
I mean, what?
I'm Joe Biden, and I brought you this message.
I don't mean to stir some things up.
My stepson is a person of color. You want to call me a racist? Freaking go kick rocks, man.
Let me just, I mean, I'm not trying to start anything, but what happens if he's not careful?
Oh. I don't even know the freaking guy, so I'm not going to talk tough, but.
He says he loves you, fake trucking.
You are a race. Oh, dude. Watch it. Don't even bring that up. Hey, man, I'll leave. Don't bring that shit up. For real. You pissed me off.
Wow. He's out.
I have hairy legs.
Fake trucking is out.
I guess that so that's the hot button.
Okay.
I'm glad like you and I didn't do that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't bring up that crap anyway. We all know how YouTube is.
Probably gonna get this show demonetized now.
Why?
Why?
All that racism accusations and whatnots.
Oh, YouTube doesn't. I think if anything, your Chinese accent would get us.
Yeah, I'm regretting that. Maybe we can take that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I mean,
that's a little bit of cultural appropriation.
Yeah, it's not like I dressed up as a woman and tried to join the women's swim team.
Oh, that would have been perfectly fine. Come on.
F8. If you're still watching, pop back on. Screw that guy. I don't think he really meant it seriously, but it probably just turned into it.
I thought it was like a thing, like a banter.
Yeah, I thought they loved each other. I thought they was just joking around with it. You know how bros, like you know how your brother will punch you in the nuts sometimes, and then you both have a good laugh about it. I thought that's what it was.
Nah, he just busted on him like how everybody busts on Republicans or I don't know, independents or whatever. Reverse psychology. There you go.
I had a great thought about politics the other day. I think I have figured out American politics. Let me break this down for you.
I had that figured out just fine.
So here's the thing. Think of it like this, okay? Here's my take on politics. Imagine the Democrats and the Republicans are the same team, okay? And it's like in practice when the coach divides you up into shirts and skins. That's basically what it is. It's the same team, but just divided up to conquer.
Then you all go shower together in the locker room?
Yes. But really, they're only both sides is only worried about the rich, okay? But yet one claims they're about the working class and taxes, and the other claims they're about social issues and the poor. It's a great way to conquer all the people that ain't rich. Like, think about it.
But then they play golf together?
Yeah, they're on the same team. They're only worried about the rich. That's the only thing the team's worried about.
Well, who else are you going to money launder from?
Interesting concept.
Fate, come back in. Barry wants to know the interest rate on a fish house.
Yeah, if he wants to buy a fish house and he can afford it, yeah, you got to have something to live for. You know what I mean?
To me, a fish house is one of those purchases. If you can afford to make it, I definitely would not finance something like that. That's different than financing like a business, proposition.
Well, you could probably Airbnb one of them, couldn't you?
I don't know the ins and outs on a fish house. I'm just thinking I would no way in hell would I put my name on a line for that thing.
Pleasant smelling fish house. Only $1,200 a night.
It don't seem like a bad deal if you can make it work.
Comes with a girl named Mercedes.
Russell Freight Services says, I'm only 25. My interest rate 6.1%. That's a damn good interest rate on a truck.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, we were all just having fun. Fate's having a tough day, and I don't blame him. We know Adam Bennett hopefully really didn't mean it, and things just went a little sideways. Everything's okay. Yeah. Tomorrow, everybody will be friends again, hopefully. Well, probably not everybody, but you know, we don't. None of us feel a bad certain way about anybody.
No. Paul says, I want 122 inch sleeper for my $4,000 a month payment. Whew. You know, here's my thing.
Narrowed your market down a little bit there.
Yeah. And also, like, here's my thing. Like, would it be nice to have a sleeper like that? Of course, but you got to think, you got to go trucking. You know, it's like you got to have a truck to truck. And, boy, you got a narrow market. Like, I mean, you know, with a sleeper in a truck set up like that. It's like those guys with the stretched Peterbilts. I never envy those guys when I'm like at the PFG in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and they're, you know, they take, 30 minutes and they hit every curb in the thing to get back in. I'm like, I'm never jealous of that.
I kind of feel like you work up to that too. Like,
yeah.
Do you really want to start that way, or do you work up to it? It's like a doctor, you know. Or no, that's a bad example because that dumb shit will buy a Mercedes right out of medical school. I don't know. You don't start right with your own construction business, right? You work for somebody, build up your tools, and then you go out and buy the truck and the, all the fancy tools and put your own shingle out, right?
Yeah, you go down to Swift and you get yourself a $200,000 Volvo.
Sounds wonderful. Where do I sign up for that? Can someone recruit me on that situation? I need do I need recruitment?
Let's see, why not?
No, it's so good that nobody needs to sign you up for that. That's a 100% foolproof plan.
I feel like things are weird now. I feel a little weird.
Yeah, a little bit. We kind of don't want to say nothing too crazy. I was kind of hoping he'd come back so it wouldn't be so weird.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bad about it. Feeling like everything's ruined.
Oh,
we'll figure something out here.
I mean, it's YouTube. People talk smack all the time. I'm not as adept to the social awkwardness as most. So I'm not really. I mean, I'll just be honest. Like, I wish Fate would come back. I thought we were having a good time. I don't think anybody took Adam Bennett's comment as like legitimately changed their opinion on Fate trucking. You know what I mean? Like if you think Fate's a racist because of that comment, then I don't think you get the show in general. But I don't know.
But then again, we kind of specialize in awkward.
Yeah. I kind of thrive.
I think a guy that has a whole intro with a rap song in it probably ain't a racist.
Talking about me?
Yeah. No, that's Fate.
Oh, I used to have a rap intro.
No, I don't remember that.
People hated it, so I stopped using
it. I thought it was good. It was like 99 Problems, but DIY.
But a truck ain't one. If you're having truck problems, I feel bad for you, son. I had that custom made for me. I paid money for that.
Yeah, I heard you had Jay-Z on the track.
Like $30. Yeah.
Does that get copyrighted when you put that on?
No, it's not that exact music. It was fair use music, and then I said, a guy on Fiverr, I says, hey, here's $30. Make me a 10-second sound clip.
Wow. It's genius.
Yeah.
Genius.
Did it twice.
People, what'd they think about it?
Oh, they couldn't hate it more.
Oh, that's a bummer. I thought it was good.
I did too. Here, let me see if I can find it. We could play it right now.
Yeah, start using that more. Give a damn what people think. That was back when you was like new on YouTube, though. You didn't have a following. You had a bunch of random scallywags on there. Just, I'm going to read a few comments while you look for that. Pat says, it's okay, Fate. Just take off shoes and socks, grab some seasoning and barbecue sauce. Okay. Chief Freight Hauler says, my payment was $7,500 in January. Damn it, boy. With both feet says, hug it out, guys. It'll be okay. Yeah. Everybody's fine. Fate, he'll come back.
All right. How do I share? Here.
Just play it. You got a speaker?
What the hell is that? That is not me. That is not me, folks. 1 second. You guys are naughty.
I'm gonna beatbox it just so you know what you're fixing to get into, people. Jackknife, if you want to rap for them, go right ahead.
I'm too white.
That's a good start. Keep going. Oh, you people didn't think they were going to get beatboxing at 2 hours and 36 minutes into this, did they? New email. Who this? Doug Kelly, channel member, says, geez, complaining without a solution is just whining. Oh, okay. I'm busy. Oh, look at that Mac. You guys are hilarious.
I don't know. There's haters everywhere that say stupid stuff. Like, look, I've been getting a lot of shit because I bought my new truck, and I'm telling people not to jump into the market. So,
yeah, I was watching a channel today, or I was being told about a channel today, and somebody was like, somebody did something, and then one bad comment, and they were like, I think I'm going to shut down my YouTube channel. And it was like,
oh my God.
That's probably a good thing for you to do if one bad comment, makes you want to shut it down. Because let me tell you, I get up every morning, and every comment, not every comment, a majority of the comments I get, if they come between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning, it's just a smart ass hate. It's just like, like, I don't even worry about it, because I'm like, I know what it is. People are up at that time of night. They're tired. They're frustrated. Like typically if you're up between 1 and 3 and that's not your normal schedule, you're not in a happy place.
That's trolling hours.
Yes, exactly. Good way to put
it.
Man,
you should see some of the comments I got on that video. What that short I put out for the guy that couldn't understand that his brake chamber was leaking, couldn't even get out of the parking lot. Apparently I'm a racist too, so it's all right.
Right. Yeah, it's yeah, God forbid you call out some bull crap too, like
the big thing lately is mind your own business.
Yeah.
You guys ready for some genius?
Here we go. Real men of genius.
Can you hear that?
Bud Wise.
Truck colors, I remember you, son. I got 99 problems, but a truck ain't one. Yeah. Let's go. I got 99 colors, but a truck ain't one.
Oh yeah. Hey, I wonder what the finer fee is if I, call up Jay-Z right now and be like, hey, there's somebody, hired in some use.
Perfectly legal. I checked it out. So tell me, people, do you prefer that one? Or let me go to the one that I used before that, my older one.
Welcome to the channel. Yeah. Do it yourself semi.
Hey yo, DIY semi. Come on, won't you let me help you simplify what you like need? Hey yo, DIY semi. Come on, won't you let me help you make a profit in light speed? We gon' break it down, break it down. Come on, make a profit, break it down, break it down. Simplify, don't stop it, break it down, break it down. Come on, make a profit, break it down, break it down. Simplify, don't stop it, hey.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Cadillac
I got
grills,
you.
Cadillac spills. Oh yeah.
My take on it is the first one is an intro, and the second one is the outro.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, I like that second one. Kind of like, you know, plays you out. Be a good time for like when you play out, you know, to pop up your next videos, you know. Like you hit,
Unless your truck's actually broken down, then maybe not.
either way, I would do it. That's what I would do.
All right.
Little support for Fate. Ronnie says, "Stay strong, Fate. Have to go through the bad to get to the good." That's true. That's true. George is in the house. This is Reefer Madness channel. Yes, I have an old video called Reefer Madness from like 2017.
Here's the thing. Now I have to fix this tomorrow.
Fix what?
The situation.
What do you mean?
The fake trucking situation.
Oh, see. Here's the thing, DIY. You don't. Like, you don't. I mean, you can, but you don't have to.
So I need to let it just be between two grown men.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you know,
They'll
he's
hack
mad-
things out.
yeah, if he's mad at me for reading it, you know, I meant nothing by it. And if he's mad at Adam Bennett for putting it up there, I don't know. I don't think Adam Bennett meant it. You know, I think he was trying to be joking, but at the same time, you got to understand, you know, he has a right to speak his side. You know, Fate does. So, you know, if he wants to block Adam Bennett on his channel, he can go right ahead. But that's what I think of it. You know, and honestly, I don't read comments before I put them up there. Y'all know me. There's no filter. I put it up there and read it. I'm Ron Burgundy of YouTube. You know, if it's on the prompter, I'm going to read it. You know, go fuck yourself, San Diego. You know, I don't care. I'm reading it.
So when's Celebrity Deathmatch coming?
Between what?
I said, when's Celebrity Deathmatch coming then?
I don't know.
You don't remember that?
I do remember it. I remember that. Doug Kelly says 6.25 percentiles on my truck and trailer on the same note. That's a pretty good rate. I'll say pretty good rate on that.
I have a feeling that these are probably credit union rates.
Yeah, these are probably locked in before the last 6 months. I would imagine a lot of this is because
credit union or maybe farm bank.
Yeah, because I can get 6.25% on a CD deposit, certified deposit at the bank these days. You know, if you got $100,000 in 3 years, you can get 6% on a deposit.
Is that what CDs are going for right now? 6%?
I was in the bank the other day or credit union. I was in the credit union the other day and I saw 13 months. I think 10 grand minimum, but 13 months for 4.1% or something like that.
Oh, I thought those days were gone.
Nope.
We're talking almost not quite the Jimmy Carter type rates, but hey, this ain't over yet.
Yeah, I mean, we're reliving the 80s right now. You know, it's all about fuel crunch, and they want cars with better fuel economy. And
I'll fix that.
You know, so yeah, we're reliving it. You know, we went from a peanut farmer to a hairy leg pervert, but you know, it's kind of the same, I guess.
Hey, I just had a 12-year-old wax them, so they're good to go now.
Oh, okay. The old stuff is worth fixing. Some of it is. You know, if you got the time and want to put the effort into it, yeah.
If you can make the money with it, everything's worth fixing.
Yeah. And
if you're pulling a dry van around for $1 a mile, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. You know, it's like, am I going to spend 8 months, tearing down a truck and rebuilding it in every minute of my free time? Spending all my free money on, tires and brakes and wire and harnesses and engine rebuild kits and all that stuff to go haul, $1.50 a mile freight. It's a rough gig. It's a rough gig. Just depends.
Like if I ever get my international back, that's probably gonna get a PTO and a wet kit on it and go pull end dump for 140 an hour. So.
Or scenario 2,
River,
burn
here
it.
I come.
Yeah.
I don't think the insurance is worth enough now.
Drive it to Florida, park it, leave it running with the doors open.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, that my financial institution said that truck at one point was worth $45,000.
Back when it was 2 years old.
Well, no, back about a year and a half ago, according to them.
Oh, yeah. I think they're off by about a decade, honestly.
Yeah, a little bit now. Yeah.
Well, I gotta get up pretty soon, so I gotta go to bed.
All right, man. We appreciate you coming by. Yeah, we've been at this almost 3 hours. You got anything else you want to talk about, Jackknife? Because I don't
know. Not really. I mean, I guess it depends what the chats are saying. Anybody actually want some real knowledge?
We'll run through a few if you got a little time. Thanks to DIY for stopping by the way. Freight Up Truck King says, what do you think about Ubering to make ends meet during the slow trucking period?
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think
shots fired.
Here's the thing, okay? I have over 4,000 Uber trips in, okay? I have done a lot of Ubering. If you wanted to make good money Ubering, you should have been in it in like 2017. Because it got worse every single year thereafter, and it ain't got better. Uber, when it went to the point where they don't even tell you like what you're going to make on the trip until after you've done it, screw off. It's like, would you accept a load from a broker if he said, hey, I'm going to tell you afterwards what you're getting paid on it?
Well, same thing like here. People put up with it, and it just becomes the norm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But for me, no, I'm not a big fan of Ubering. There ain't as much money in it now. It's populated by people who will work for nothing. Here's the thing with Ubering. Look at how much a taxi used to cost. That's were they gouging a little bit? Yes. But they needed to make a decent amount of money to pay for the car, to pay for their time, to pay for, a lot
government
of people.
Fees.
Exactly.
And regulation.
Yes.
And then the big guys asked for more to cut out competition and so on and so forth.
But Uber came in and just said, hey, we're going to rock bottom price this, run the other guys out of business. And then to me, I probably step on some toes here when I say this. It's like that RV hauling out of Indiana. It's like, it's just a constant churn. Like, most people don't do that for a decade. They do it for 6 months and they realize there ain't a lot of money in this. That's what Ubering is. They get you to sign up. They get you to put a bunch of miles on your car. They get you to, do a lot of things, and then even really make that much money at this. I seen a chick doing Grubhub in a Tesla the other day. And I was thinking to myself, how can you destroy your, $80,000 car doing Grubhub? There's no way you're making enough money to make that worth it long term. But if you need to make a little money grab, make a little money grab. Music City Transport, I thought it was 2012 for California. Well, the last I seen, it was 2010 was the oldest. It had to be 2011 or newer, because it has to have a DEF system on it. You can't get by with just a DPF filter anymore. It has to have DEF. WCF Invader, okay, Jackknife TV. Glad we got the financial expert on tonight. Oh, come on with it. Jackknife A26 PACCAR, almost the same with Volvo and Mack. Mostly dealerships, only software and parts. Okay. Detroit's still waiting for water. Yeah, the city of Detroit.
Well, we had to get some tanks first to, Ukraine, so it's all right. They'll be over in China in no time.
Oh man, yeah, no kidding, no kidding. I seen the other day on a Joe Rogan clip on YouTube that we're over $100 billion in aid to Ukraine now.
Well, we're talking about sending them I'm talking about sending them F-15s right now, so or F-16s. So they'll be able to, I don't know, maybe fly them if we're lucky.
What fly them to China and reverse engineer them? Is that what we're talking about?
I kind of already sold some of them to them, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. The boy had to broker them out. Dan agrees with Fate. I agree a lot with what Fate was saying about, like, a lot of people put themselves in a bad financial position and then complain about being in said position. And I agree with that. That does happen a lot. But for me, everything's not so cut and dry. There's people that are in bad situations that didn't put themselves in those situations. But for the most part, I do agree. It's just not so, like, set, in my opinion. This sounds depressing. Yeah, it was getting depressing there for a little while. Let me get caught up on some comments here. I didn't realize I was so far behind there. Adam Bennett says, now I feel bad. That's okay. Fate's got a couple of things that, yeah, Fate was just trying to pick on you. Yeah, we get it. Republicans, shipper, Democrats, brokers. Okay. You don't pick on people calling them a racist. Ah, okay. Yeah, racist is a little rough. Especially in this day and age. You get called a racist and,
people start banging on your door.
Yeah, and it's like, that's one of those things where you don't want to get a rumor started like that, and I do apologize for Fate for reading that, but most of the time I read the comments as I put them up. I don't read them beforehand, so that's probably a thing I should work on, but I don't know. Come on with it. Says you have to wear a thick skin online. That is for damn sure. But at the same time, we weren't trying to propagate or whatever you would say, lies. WCF Invader says, anyone else using Truck Smart for fuel discounts? Got it in Casey, Illinois for $3.69. No, I know they are emailing the absolute hell out of me about it. The Relay app, the broker apps got fuel discounts now. I had a guy call me the other day and give me a $30 off code.
Truck Smarts, ain't that a load board or something?
Yeah, I did a video about it. They're a bunch of, let me just tell you what I think about them. I think they're a bunch of assholes. Straight up. They told me, hey, do a video about us, and if you get enough people to sign up, we'll talk about a sponsorship. And I got like 100.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I get it. You want to see if I can get results? I'm okay with that. I got 150 people to sign up, and the guy was like, never would email me back or nothing, like just ghosted me. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounded like a broker right there.
Yeah, I was like, damn, this guy, man, 150 people signing up, nothing. Like, wouldn't even email me back on 150 people.
He was probably some low level sales guy who didn't have any authorization and just figured he'd con you into it.
Yeah. So yeah, they're full of shit. That's what I think about them. And honestly, like, I don't like their product. I mean, I'll be straight up about it. I don't like click and goes. I don't haul click and go, and that's
JB on 360 wannabe.
Yeah, it's like basically what it is, it's like if you're a big click and go, if you love the JB Hunts and the Convoys and the Ubers, if you love that type of stuff, it's like a price line. It pulls it all
Autopilot.
together. Yeah, and
It's autopilot for your business.
yeah. Well, what it is, it's what it is to me. It's people who don't know how to negotiate, and a lot of it is people who don't speak English.
Yep.
If you can't converse and negotiate rates, what's the best thing you can do? Click it and go. So to me, yeah, it's interdash dub ado pressure. Okay. See, I read everything, guys, before I put it up there. Chief Freight Hart says the coach would be Buffett's and Gates. The coaches would be Buffett and Gates. I'll be honest with you. I think Bill Gates is good at business. He stole an idea from IBM, basically called Windows, and made a damn good business out of it. And for me, I'll be honest with you, with Warren Buffett, I don't think Warren Buffett's that great of a financial guy. Like he got a lot of money from a lot of farmers, and I think he manipulates stock markets now. So bam, shots fired.
He got big enough that he could push people out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's like,
to be honest, though, if things weren't already manipulated and became the way they are now, I would have a feeling that those guys would probably have some slight problems. Still keeping it going here if things weren't the way they are now. I would say the future is probably more like people like Elon Musk, willing to take risks. I hate to say it, but Bezos too. He kind of took a big risk too there in the beginning. I mean, he's kind of turning it into more like a Warren Buffett or Bill Gates now, but there was definitely some innovation there in the beginning.
Right. Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that. Yeah, I think you're onto something there. It's the way the economy changes. Nowadays, it's so knee jerk. I think it's going to be a lot of. It's like rolling dice, honestly. Like you might hit, you might miss, but to keep it going, you're going to have to keep rolling the dice. Like there is no setback and coast anymore.
Well, for normal people, like right now, if you're going to go out, I remember you go back into the late 90s, 2000s, there were regular middle class people made 75, maybe 100,000 a year, were buying $400,000 and $500,000 houses.
Yeah.
That's probably hell. You buy a $200,000 house today, you don't know if in 5 months from now you'll have a job. Really, to be honest with you, it's that chaotic.
Yeah. Fate Trucking left a comment, says you're picking on the wrong topic. Just keep throwing your cash at guys. Yeah, by all means, keep throwing your cash. Let's see here.
Did he just post that? Is he coming back?
I don't know. I texted him and said, hey, come on back, but nothing from him. Didn't hurt nothing. So I don't know.
Hey, who has him on Cash App? Start Cash Apping him some money to come back.
He's probably going to bed.
Everybody has a price.
He was trying to jump off before you came in. He was talking about leaving, but I think he was in the bed when I called him live to get him to come in here. So, Sparky Spark says, you said if you started driving again, you'd go tanker. What line of tanker was that serious? I'm looking at Schneider Chemical Tanker to start. Yes. I think tanker is, for me, tanker is
stable, rock solid.
Yes.
A small niche that is not going to get blown up by a bunch of, well, I don't want to be, considered racist, but, well, we know where we're going with that.
Yeah, exactly. It's got legs. It's got opportunity. for me, one of the big things I think with Tanker is, and honestly, if you got an opportunity to go to Schneider Tanker, and you're starting out, it's a good choice. It's a good choice. You're probably going to have to get into the industry at a bigger company like that, but at the end of the day, you can get. I should have went to Schneider. I'll be honest with you. I should have went to Schneider Tanker when I first started driving. About a year into driving, I lived in Tennessee near the Nissan had a giant plant there, and I talked to Schneider, and they had a deal where they were hauling brake fluid in there by the freaking truckload, and it was basically a one-way thing. I think it was like Louisiana to Tennessee, and it was basically driving back empty.
Make sure you crash into a chlorine truck.
Right. But it was like, there's a lot of good opportunity in Tanker, and if you've got good experience, of course you don't need it as much now, but anyway, if you had the experience in there's a lot of good local Tanker. Like if you go local in Tanker, you're probably going to make the best money of any trailer you can pull, other than just something like super specialized,
Fuel tanker is about $35, $30 to $40 an hour, depending where you're at.
Right. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I literally had a talk about applying, a talk at the house about applying for the new Loves that they built just north of St. Paul there. To be honest, like
Gemini's a solid company.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I know Dirty Broke, I don't call him. I need to call that guy, but I've sat down and talked with him. We went out to breakfast one time, and I've talked to him on the phone some, but like that first year, like you don't even really have to suffer. It's like you start out the first year, you're $100,000 the first year, and then man, does it go up from there? But hell yeah, I'd be serious about Tanker. I'm to the point now to where it's like it'd be rough to switch industries just because I know, like, I don't know, the majority of the places I go pulling this reefer trailer now, I've been to them before. We deal with the same customers over and over. It just, there's a feel, it's familiar, I guess is what I'm saying there. Yeah. What in the hell is your picture up there?
It's a Jim Chow Young or whatever his name's squeaky toy.
Oh, okay.
From Chewy. My dog loves it. Jim Kong Ung or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think.
Well, you know who you should talk to? Pneumatic Brit. If Spanky's really.
Yeah.
Check out Pneumatic Brit. He has the down low. He is the tanker king of Schneider.
Yeah, he's been there a long time. To me, it's a good way to go. Like if I was, I look back on it, and I was at USA Truck at the time when I lived in Tennessee, and I had a very, very easy dedicated run that was like 4 days a week, under 1,600 miles a week, and made a decent wage at that.
Man, you were selling yourself short then. You could have went right over to Western Express and been in the money.
Yeah, exactly. But I actually had a neighbor that worked for Western Express at the time, and he was
he a
like,
felon?
Oh, probably he was dirt to dirt as they come. And he was, oh yeah, I love it. You should come over here. And I was like, bro, like you're running OTR.
I get a free 24-pack every day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I get great discounts on cigarettes. I'm like, okay, we got our priorities a little different here, but I had that really easy dedicated run. That's why I didn't leave to go to Schneider Tanker. But man, they weren't offering me the moon, but the experience that I wish I would have gotten. You know, that going into tanker then, but I don't know. I don't regret the road I took, but it's, you know, if you can get that tanker experience, especially like either starting out in trucking or getting back into trucking, I think it's a very wise decision.
So do you think, with the way things are going, that the summer is going to be half decent for freight? You think it's going to come back? At least a bit?
I'm waiting to see what this produce season does. I think that's going to be a real tell. Now,
well, as long as no produce warehouses burn to the ground, you know,
right?
Like everything else lately.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think produce season will tell us a lot, because like last year there was no like produce season. Like nothing even changed. It was like we just went through produce season like nothing. And you know, I think a lot of things changed during COVID, and one of them, I was talking to someone today, and they brought up a good point. You know, a lot of people have gotten into like homesteading and gardening and stuff like that, and I think that might be affecting you know, the reefer freight a little bit, because so many people are, you know, into gardening and doing their own thing.
Well, that, and a lot of people are probably buying, you know, the 4 for $4 from Wendy's now because they trying to cut back on other things.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of, you know, like me and DIY was talking about, like, you know, when potatoes ain't moving, you know, like that's rough, because you know everything else, you know, like potatoes are just a staple, you know, in most people's diets. You know, especially the people that don't have a lot of money, you know, that's like a cheap food you can put on the table. But I don't know.
You know what's weird though? Like I went out the other day with the kids and everything. We went out to dinner, and well, we were looking at like an hour and a half wait to get into Texas Roadhouse. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Everything, yeah, it was, things were crowded. It was, you know, I was surprised. You know, how many people that were out spending money.
Yeah.
And now I don't know if that's credit card money, but it's something.
Yeah, I seen credit card debt like approaching, what was it? Like in the trillions. I forgot what it was, the highest it's ever been.
Default, they're looking at, oh geez, I think like a 30% default rate or something like that, which is pretty high. Usually it's like around 16 or something, maybe 10. They're thinking about 30%. They're already cutting back people's credits. I know some of my cards already got cut back. Let's see. On top of that, they were talking about you know, what's pretty much gonna happen with that, because a lot of people, when they got that money from, you know, the government from through COVID, a lot of them paid all their credit cards down, but they're racking them right back up again.
Right.
You know, so it's gonna be definitely interesting here to see how that goes. Eventually, somebody's gonna have to pay the piper. You know.
Yeah.
That's the same thing going, like I said, with the car notes too. I don't know how these dealers are going to keep the, you know, $30,000-$40,000 markup they have on some of these cars and and stuff. You know, you're looking at some Toyota Camrys that are like in a $60,000 range. You know?
Oh man, I just bought a 2008 Avalon for $4,000, and I thought that was expensive. Like, yeah, oh man, I can't imagine being on the hook for 50, 60 grand for a Camry.
Pickup trucks, average pickup trucks, like 75 grand.
Oh, unreal.
80 grand. Yeah.
Come on with it. Says Warren Buffett has allocated most of his empire to charities and foundations to help people. He says his quality of life is the same as most of ours. He's a normal guy from Nebraska. I believe the charity part. I don't believe he's a normal guy from Nebraska. I think
Well,
that's all a bunch of.
Doesn't he still drive like that 95 Cadillac DeVille around or some crap?
Yeah.
In his little house, or I don't know, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they can tell you all that, you know. I mean, if I had millions of dollars, I could make you believe all kind of things, you know. I just think like he, yeah, I don't think. I mean, I ain't gonna knock him personally. I don't know him personally, but I don't think he's the great investor that everybody, everybody always says, well, Warren Buffett said this and Warren Buffett said that. I'm like, well, okay, if I had, a bunch of Nebraska farmers corn money every year and, I could start manipulating certain things, and buying up certain things. I'm just not, I'm not a believer in his like being
I don't
the
know. I think
great.
we have bigger things to worry about than old money. I think we need to start worrying about, like the guy right here, the chinky eye guy, you know.
Yeah,
Some of the stuff I heard when I was doing flatbed out in the Midwest, thousands of acres of farm field get bought up by certain outside influences, and
yeah,
them basically burning the crop and then scraping the soil right off the ground and sticking it in the containers and putting it right back on the boat and going back over there. That's a little concerning. Plus, I've been hearing that they've been buying a lot of water rights too. So,
right.
and that if we're going to keep a civilized society, they can pretty much just say, "Hey, that's our water, and we're not giving you any."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's definitely something to be concerned about. But I think we're going to wrap it up, Jackknife. Thank you very much for coming by. Everybody go check out Jackknife TV. How many subscribers you got now?
I'm probably at, I don't know, 966, somewhere around in there.
Oh, man. 67 people in the house right now. Everybody go over there to Jackknife's channel and let's get those subscribers up. That's brutal being at that right there. I remember when I was in that area, it's like, oh, you just want it to freaking happen. I totally get it. Let me see if I can get a link going here. Copy, save link address. Maybe that'll do it. Let me see if I can get a link in here. There's probably a link to something. Oh, that's you. There you go. So we're out of here. Everybody click that link there if you could for me, and go check out Jackknife TV. Go watch him drive his new truck around, brag about his excellent fuel economy and whatnot.
I try not to brag. It's fair. I give some kind of information out about it.
No,
I know a lot of people are trying to hop on that bandwagon.
Yeah. No, it's hey, I'm happy for you, man. Like you had a lot of struggle with those last couple trucks, and it's like, I'm glad to see, hardworking people succeed a little bit there and get ahead.
I got 8,000 miles on, I think, almost on it now, and I think I might just be on my third tank of DEF fluid.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good way to be. That's a lot of people. I don't use a lot of DEF. I'm usually like $30 or $40 a week in DEF, and
I almost forget about it. It's been taking that long now.
Well, my thing is, I go Minnesota out and back. Normally on the way out, I'll get my DEF, and then I don't worry about it till I come back and I leave out again. And typically, like an East Coast and back, I use about a half a tank. So.
Well, I went from like a $2,500 to $2,200 fuel bill. Now, mind you, fuel was still a little bit more expensive back then, to about a $1,500 fuel bill. So. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a difference. That's about what I average. I'm like in between 14 and 1,700 a week, ballpark.
Yeah, if I wasn't stuck in the Northeast, it'd probably be on, especially running like down south or Midwest. Yeah.
Now, where you're at over there, do they pay the IFTA or do they just file it for you?
They pay the IFTA and everything. In fact, I just got a $150 rebate on it.
Oh, nice. Now, so 150, are you responsible for, like, basically what I'm asking, does it matter where you feel, like what state you fuel in? Like, because for me, I have to factor that in because I pay it, but they file it.
It's paid and filed, right? They take care of all that.
Oh.
They pull out the percentage, the estimate it, and then, whatever I use or don't use. That's why I got a rebate back.
Oh, okay. So you're still responsible for paying it. You just
Yeah.
they take it out like a okay. That's what I was wondering because I know some people, um, their
Well,
company.
I'm in Pennsylvania anyway. You fill up a couple times in Pennsylvania, you're going to get a rebate back. You know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Um, I've been getting most of mine here lately in Illinois, Indiana. I really don't care if it's if it's a rebate, if it's a pay it in, as long as I got my fuel the cheapest is all I ever care about. Because I know some guys get it where their company pays the IFTA, and it's like they only fuel in like Missouri, South Carolina. It's like
Yeah.
those states where you get no
I tell you
IFTA.
what's been a real nice thing is not having to worry about that reefer fuel anymore. I just fill it up when I take the trailer back and drop it off and say, well, use their card and that's it.
Yeah,
Um,
that is hella nice. I got a buddy of mine that's leased onto a company. They pay reefer fuel, and I told him I was like, hey man, like you got to figure, that's worth 150 bucks a week on a low end, like
yeah, there were some weeks there in the summertime. I was probably up to about $350, maybe $400 a week running some ice cream and stuff.
yeah,
With it just running nonstop.
yeah. I think I had a continuous load I ran a week or two ago. Yeah, it was like 190 bucks for 1 week. I was like, man, that wasn't even really like a cold load. It was just,
Yeah, I
had
was picking up.
continuous.
I was picking up Bunny. What is it? I forget what name. Blue Bunny up there in
Yeah.
Buffalo, New York, and running it down to Dallas, Texas there for a while.
Whew.
I was making good money. I was going down there for like $6,800, $7,200, but I was going through reefer fuel like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
That was back when things were good.
Yeah, true.
Now it's probably like 4,200.
Man. Yeah, that's a hell of a cut. Dirty Broke in the house. What up, Dirty Broke? We was just talking about you. We was talking about Gemini and hauling tanker. Was telling people I wish I would have got some more tanker experience when I first got into trucking. Let's see. Music City Transport says just subbed to Jackknife. There you go. I appreciate that. Everybody go check out Jackknife TV. I put a link up there. But we're about to wrap this up. I've been going for 3 hours now. I think I'm over it. Kind of lost all my energy.
Yeah, we kind of the whole blowout there kind of killed the mood a little bit. Didn't want to offend anybody else. Although I'm doing plenty of that right now.
Maybe some. It did kill it for me. It's like, I don't know. I don't think anybody took it serious, But there's the link. Everybody click that for me. Thanks, Jackknife, for coming in. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Hey, no problem, Cash. Anytime.
Yeah, no problem. We'll holler at you later, Jackknife.
All right.
Later. All right. Thanks, everybody. Be sure to smash that like button on the way out. Be sure to go click on Jackknife. Check out Fate Trucking's channel and DIY, my guest from earlier. Thanks, everybody.